broadcasting, and let's see. I think we need to refresh. There we go, and we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels, Rime of the Frostmaiden.
See the cold mountains?
I actually could reproduce that sound just by holding the microphone over to my window right now because literally here in the Boston area, we're getting slammed by a nor'easter as we speak. So, it's just, I've been hearing the wind howling outside my building all afternoon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I also didn't enjoy very much my abbreviated walk with Rocket this afternoon because it was awful. It was basically, at that time, it was still kind of spitting rain, just turning to sleet at about 34 degrees.
Oh, that's even worse than 0 degrees and dry.
Oh, and high wind.
And yeah, that's
yeah.
a soaking cold. Ugh.
Yeah.
I remember that in New York, and don't regret that's not such a thing here.
The worst, in my opinion. But in any case, let's introduce ourselves, each other's. That's probably, I'm realizing that's probably not a known joke. That's like a personal, like Ellis family joke. Now I'm just realizing. Yeah, so the story there is that it was something my younger brother used to say. Instead of each other, he would say our chuthers. So introduce our chuthers. I'm Christiana Ellis. I'm the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Lee Burdett as Iggy.
Hello.
David Archambault as Wilfred Cole.
What adventures will we go on today?
Jason Banks as Rowan Gregor.
On, guys.
Paul Weimer as Aule.
Salve.
And Nobilis Reed as Marcher Northwind.
Greetings.
So, let's talk a little bit about what happened last time. Well,
we beat up Asmodean cultists.
That's
devil cultists.
Technically not Asmodean, though, because Asmodeus is a different archdevil. These ones followed Levistus.
Levistus. Okay, what? Yeah. I conflated him with Asmodeus, and now I got two archdevils after me. Grat.
Yeah.
Although I feel like it's becoming a pattern that we make future enemies, such as the fancy lady who was like, "Oh, well, I'll be taking my leave now."
Yeah. Or, well, at the very least, she, you didn't really pick a fight with her, so it's more just like you let her get away.
She may very well take the attitude of they were stupid and weak, and deserved everything you gave them.
Could be.
Yeah. Also manners.
Yes.
So you learned a couple of things. First of all, you made a long trek from East Haven to Caer Dineval, and it was already at the end of a long day when the only inn in town is shut down, and the tavern that might sometimes have a few rooms says, I don't know, check at the castle. And you had heard rumors that the town speaker hadn't been seen in a while. Maybe he was sick. Turns out, actually, castle taken over by Levistus cultists, who were pretty upfront about that with you, because they explained to you, they had been told by the archdevil Levistus, whom they worship, that they should ally with you against the Duragar, who are planning to conquer 10 towns. And although you were perhaps interested in defeating the Duragar, seeing that they were literally, keeping the town speaker and his servants prisoner, that they were pretty unambiguously evil people, even if they were sort of ostensibly on the same side as you against the Duragar. So you know, a tactical decision was made in the moment to say, no, let's just kill all these guys. And then you did. With the exception of one pure white tiefling named Avarice, who was down underneath the castle. You thought she might have also been a prisoner, but once you showed up, she just kind of confirmed, like, oh, they're all dead? All right, well, I'll be going. And then she just left without another word, and you discovered only later that she had arrived with the cultists and had not, in fact, been a prisoner. So, otherwise, though, you have been told by the town speaker, who is now in charge again, that in gratitude, you are, of course, welcome to stay the night in one of the towers here at the Care. And in fact, if you would be so interested, you can stay there so long as you help protect the town and begin reinforcing the castle. He's now that he's in charge again, you get the sense that, like, he's maybe not like a bad person, but he sure likes being town speaker, and his impression of what being town speaker means is that he stays in the castle and everybody else does stuff for him, what he says. So, he's not evil. He's just kind of a blowhard. But, so, I would guess that you guys are going to at least take him up on his hospitality for one night and stay
Oh,
in
yeah.
Care?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely in need of a
A long rest.
Sure.
rest.
Yeah. So the one other thing that, the detail that you got as you had explored the castle, making sure that it was clear, is that one of the cultists was an old lady dwarf who apparently had foreseen your meeting on the basis that she was going to die of natural causes immediately afterwards. And that she explained to you some of the things that crystallized a little bit what the threat of the Duragar actually entailed. That there was, here, let me just confirm exactly the details of what she told you. Where was she? Yes, so she told you that there is a Duragar warlord named Zara Durak Sunblight, and that he intends to conquer Icewind Dale and will succeed unless you defeat him. He has a fortress on the surface somewhere in the spine of the World Mountains, and it includes, among other things, a forge powered by the still beating heart of a red dragon. Pretty intense. And that he has a plan for the systematic destruction of 10 towns. But she also pointed out, somewhat vaguely and unhelpfully, that you're not strong enough yet. If you went straight there, you would die. So it is a dire threat which must be met with urgency, but not yet.
Hurry up and wait.
Yes.
Well,
Hurry up
keep
and level
wandering
up.
around and having adventures. Then, so we can get stronger. Then
Yeah.
hurry up.
Right, but exactly how much stronger do you need to be and how much time can pass before then? Unclear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that pretty much covers what you learned, I think. So they set you up in one of the towers where the tower in and of itself is, heated with braziers that do okay at keeping out the cold. Like, it's still pretty cold in there, but there's some nice furs on the beds, and in the brazier plus the furs, like, it's a little cold when you're sort of getting undressed for bed, but once you're all snuggled up on the furs, it's pretty comfortable. And so you are all able to get a night's sleep in the Care Dinaval.
When you were talking about the servants that we rescued from the cistern, you mentioned one that just didn't talk. Is that
There was one who is mute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing at some point I'd like to try is use a message spell to speak speak to that individual. Say, "Hi, what's your name?" And see if that would allow them to. Because the
Gosh,
spell
I don't
doesn't
know.
necessarily say you have to say out loud.
Um, I I feel like there's no like specific rule for that. I feel like it doesn't work. Like she can't talk, so she can't
Okay,
answer the message either.
fair.
I mean,
Be polite.
it's like yeah, so it's I mean, she doesn't seem bothered by it. Like she doesn't speak, but she seems in relatively good spirits, happy to have been rescued.
Okay.
So yeah, in any case though, you all are able to get a night's sleep. But
Hey,
I think Ale, you find yourself occasionally a little restless in your sleep, dreaming with just sort of memories of the vision you were given by Bahamut. Um, and Iggy, uh, in the middle of the night, you start having dreams too. And at first, it's just a sound. It's this kind of very sort of strange, distorted, muffled, pulsing sound, like hopefully that's coming across on the microphone. It's kind of
Oh
annoying.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so and you gradually become aware that there's some kind of a strange voice that's also speaking, but you don't understand the language. It sounds very distorted as well, so it's a little bit unclear if it's just that it's a language you don't know or whether somehow the voice is just so broken up and transformed by the transmission of however this is happening that you just can't follow it. But you are starting to like as it goes on, like the longer it goes on, you feel like with every sort of pulse of this sound, it starts to feel more and more like like this is a problem. Like this is this is telling you that there is a problem and you don't know what to do, but it's getting worse the longer you don't know and you don't do anything about it and don't figure it out. And it's going to keep getting worse until you know what it is and do something about it. And as that kind of sound continues, you start having a slightly more normal type of dream where meaning it's not just like a sound and a feeling, but you start, having like the very sort of confused, broken up fever dream type of dreams where you're having ordinary sorts of encounters with people in 10 towns, but then they keep, like someone will, be getting some stew for you, but then when they turn around, they have the faces that you see in your nightmares for a second, and then like you have a fear reaction, but then you're kind of just like you realize no, I'm still just in bed, and then you go back to sleep, and it'll just happen again, and you basically get a full night's rest, but most of the night just feels like this sort of constant series of like they are everywhere, and there is a big problem that is currently getting worse, and you need to fix it.
Okay.
And it does not seem connected. It seems connected to the like your own experience and not this Duragar threat.
Okay.
So
So over breakfast the next morning,
Yeah.
if we do all breakfast together.
Yep.
Yeah. Ali comments, I think my God is talking to me again. I had a recapitulation of the vision I had about the darkness coming over the land, coming up out of the earth.
You're not thinking about taking another jaunt in the cold, are you?
No, but I think it's a subtle message from the God that the problem is there and growing. I don't need more information by taking a jaunt out into the cold, but I think it was a tap on the shoulder, as if you will, in the divine sense.
I'm a simple
So
guy. I'm not one for gods and mystical divine messages, but things aren't getting better in Tin Towns, that's for sure.
Nope.
No, if anything, they're getting worse.
so what do we do? Where do we go?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to. I think
Weren't we
our
headed to Caer Koenig next?
yes, and then out to that missing person up north.
I will
Yeah.
put you on the Icewind Dale map if you like.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I think the only thing that we can do is keep going.
Yeah, I think the subtle message is that dawdling in 10 towns, even if I'm doing good here, I remember my oath. I have to face the greater evil. In a sense, these cultists were a lesser evil. I need to engage the greater evil. How that actually works, I don't know. But I think that's the message.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Taking on a god or someone who thinks they're a god might be out of our reach currently. I mean,
Fair.
I'm good at shooting things with a bow, but I don't think I'm not.
There's no god shooting for you.
Don't get me wrong. This
I
is
thought you didn't like gods. You could shoot this god.
maybe, but like I said, this would be a great story to tell my mother. But I would like to still be breathing to tell her.
Fair.
So, Jason, when you lean into the microphone, your face is off camera. Just if I don't know if you can aim it differently or something. Just we'd like to see you. There we go.
Yeah, that's much better. Much better.
All right.
Hey, it's a thing.
So while you're kind of having this conversation, is it like over breakfast?
Yep,
Like
that was my plan.
Sure.
Yep.
So you go back out to like that main hall of the care where they're serving it, and like you go in and sort of fill your bowl with some porridge in the kitchen, and you see that same cook there, who's just like still cooking, and he's just kind of like,
It's my deal.
Yeah.
I want to cook. I don't want to get involved with anything else. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. You see Iggy kind of walking sideways, trying to unsuccessfully keep an eye on the cook and where he's going where they're going at the same time.
So
Well, there's also another option regarding the cook. It would be like, do you believe that he actually wants to be? Insight check.
oh well, I mean, if you want to make an insight check, sure.
I think Ig does want to make an insight check,
Go for it.
and that is a 14.
Yeah. So he doesn't seem like he's like plotting anything. It seems like he genuinely does just want to keep doing his job and not be hassled about it. But I don't know. Might be something about him.
Ig kind of circles around and puts Marcher in between the two of them.
So as you're kind of eating in and around the conversation you're having, there's definitely a lot of people coming and going because now that they're not held prisoner by the cultists, right? They're trying to reconnect their communication with everybody else to reestablish control and all of that. Looks like we have.
Yeah, he's AFK.
I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, sure, no problem. So I just need to fix the. Everyone moved along. There we go.
I'm the only one who didn't have to get moved.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you are hearing just lots of people, kind of gossiping and catching up on everything that had been going on. And so you have the opportunity, if you're interested, to hear some new rumors.
Yes, please.
Yay.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
absolutely. Like castle gossip is the best.
Yeah. So if you, anyone who wants to hear a rumor can roll a d20 for me.
D20.
Yeah.
D20.
Perception?
No, this is just a roll to see which rumor you hear.
Okay.
I got a
Oh,
5.
got a 5. Let me re-roll that since we've already had a 5.
I got a 2. Luckily, that wasn't a hit shot roll.
No, I think the 2 5s just means that you both hear the same rumor.
Okay.
You don't need to hear all of these right away.
Okay.
So we've got a 2 and a 5.
I got a 17.
17?
Yep.
All right. Well, so Ale, you hear someone saying, they say the Frostmaiden lives on a misty isle hidden among the bergs in the sea of moving ice. There's a mighty strange whale with a boat on its back that swims in those frigid waters. I bet it knows where the island is. You can
Whale.
With a boat on its back.
The boat on its back. Okay.
you can catch the whale
It
at
would be LA that.
Yeah. You can catch the whale at Angajuk's Bell, an old anchorage, but you must ring the bell hanging by the pier to call it.
Anchor Juke's Bell. Where is Anchor Juke's Bell?
I will reveal it on the map. It is up by the Sea of Moving Ice here.
Anchor Juke's Bell. It's on the well. Well, there's a bell.
Yeah. Incidentally, because I'll just go ahead and reveal the cabin has its own little label too.
Chapter 2. Oh, okay. I see how that goes.
So it's basically the 10 towns quests are all chapter 1, and then
Yeah.
once you start.
As you said, strong, higher level, bigger quests.
Right.
Yeah. So Wilfred and Iggy both over here together. Someone saying Nabira Morskull, an East Haven fisher, owned an enchanted fish hook that could catch magical fish. But while she and her friends were out on the ice one day, a pair of filthy gnolls attacked them. They killed Nabira and stole her fishing pole and hook. Hunters from East Haven tracked the gnolls to an icy rift in the ground, but were too scared to go further. And that reveals the Cackling Chasm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. So that's down here, kind of southeast of East Haven. And then 17, someone says, if you're looking for something hidden in Icewind Dale, the people you should talk to are the Reged nomads. They know every inch of this land and all its secrets. The tricky part is finding them. They tend to follow the reindeer herds. And so there's not they could be anywhere, so there's not a specific location except that they like the Reged Glacier, like they would be up like closer to that.
Yeah, because when we were dealing with the kobolds, didn't we hear about migrants who lived on the glacier? They're the same nomads.
Yeah, when we were talking about sending
sending them out there, yeah.
Yeah. So there's you hear about that. And Marcher, I think if you had wanted to overhear a new rumor, you could roll a d20.
Okay, hold on. 13.
13. So you hear that someone say that goblin scavengers prowl the tundra on the backs of wolves or in wagons. They also like to ambush travelers on the Ten Trail on this side of the mountain pass. Well, a group of trappers found the goblins' fortress in the mountains. Someone should go there and wreck it.
Is that the Spine of the World Mountains?
Yes. But that is all the way over here to the west.
Oh, we've got a variety of potential things.
I wonder if
go
that's the same
investigate.
goblins that had those polar bears.
That's what I was thinking.
Probably.
That's that does come to mind.
They were headed in that approximate direction when you caught up with them.
And look at all of those right in a row. Cackling Cadam, Sky Tower Shelter, Wordroom Crag.
Oh no, there's all sorts of stuff in those mountains. Not to
Yeah.
mention a Duragar fortress somewhere in there that you're not ready for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're already going in the direction of Black Cabin. From there, it should the next logical place would be Angajuk Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into the sea.
I mean, we could. I mean, if we're going to Cairns Koenig, we can swing up and then go across, stop through the cairn, and then hit the cabin. Also take care of the moose, and then
Yep.
head out to the bell.
Yep. That sounds like a
sounds-
plan to me.
Yes.
And
Counterclockwise around 10 towns.
for at least a little bit, I have a trick we can use to help make camping out at night or outside a little easier.
Oh, your gift.
Three
Yes.
nights.
Three
Well,
uses.
Might be best to save that for when we are not only worried about the war, but the cold, but also about a specific threat.
Oh yeah, I'm just
In
saying.
an
Like,
emergency, we're low on strength. We've been hurt, and we can't get back to safety. It's time for your hut, Wilfred.
yeah, I'm thinking more like if we're heading towards the Black Cabin, that would, we might be able to stop off at the Dwarven Valley for a night.
I mean, in principle, you've been told you have the gratitude of the dwarves for getting their iron, but
In principle,
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That is
that's also dwarves that were in Bryn Shander told you that, and so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine most dwarves in the Dwarven Valley would be okay with taking gold instead of favors.
Would I know if how the dwarves, like how their community is in Tin Towns? Are they? Is it kind of like a communal, like they help one another and respect one another's opinions, or are they kind of tribalish?
there's not any hostility, but they do still mostly keep to themselves. They have their own mines and tunnels in the Dwarven Valley, and they come out and they do trade and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's still kind of like underground is where they live, and they will come out to trade with humans and in other citizens of 10 towns. And some dwarves will come and live up on the surface, but mostly they think of themselves as separate but nearby.
Okay, and
And-
would I know how they feel about those of them that actually spend more time above surface trading and setting up shops in towns?
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any like stigma to it or anything like that. It's more just a matter of whatever each, if yeah, there's not a particular stigma. It's more just that like most dwarves prefer and feel more comfortable living underground. But some of them, don't mind. They find it convenient for their business interests, or maybe they just like it up on the surface.
Okay, so guys, I think that we should definitely resupply, get some more rations and things, and then I say we head out and get to Koenig, and then head over to Coven's Cairn, and then probably check on our buddy in the cabin. Since it's been a few days since we had that request, and if things get, the longer we wait, the things could be worse for that gentleman, especially if he's by himself.
I think that after we hit the Dwarven Valley or the Cairn, rather than striking out across country, we should probably head back down to Tourmaline and then go through Lonely Wood and back up, because that'll give us we know the area, and we can have some place to warm up that's civilized, and B, that'll be a good place to resupply
Yeah, I know.
coming back through.
I know of a few places in Lonelywood.
All right. But once we are ready to strike out again, Angajuk Bell sounds like a better place to head for after the Black Cabin.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I am curious about this whale with a ship on its back.
Yeah. But that's a
Yeah.
couple of days journey at
Oh,
least.
at least. That'd be several days.
It is fortunate we have our local ranger with us.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I like traveling across open mounds of snow.
No, but if anyone's going to lead us there, it's you.
Your God's willing, yes.
Like God's will.
Right. Well, so you know that it's only it's like just a 2-hour hike up to Caer Konig from Caer Dineval. So that's a relatively easy journey. Could be
Okay.
made in just a couple of hours.
What was the rumor we'd heard about Caer Konig?
That there had been some mysterious thefts.
Okay.
So we had heard about, let's see, the researcher, the cabin, some large wolves.
Well,
We took care of the town speak. We've saved the town speaker here.
so I think it is time we are on our way to Caer Konig.
I agree.
And we had rumors about a sea monster, but I think that whale with a ship on its back might suffice as a sea monster.
Well, so the rumor of
Yeah.
the sea monster was in Bremen, which is
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And the sea monster was in Mare Dwalden. And so, like, the rumor there was that it was attacking boats out of Bremen.
Yeah.
So it seems unlikely that the two are, like, it seems, I mean, you don't know for sure, but they're not the same location at all.
Too far apart to be.
I mean, there would have to be an extraordinary explanation for there to be any connection at all.
It's
The Loch Ness
flag whale.
monster. It's the Mare Dwalden monster.
You see, there's a secret entrance to the ocean underneath the ground,
Yeah, absolutely.
Simply what you don't realize is Kuchana has made a
protected by Elminster himself.
yes. What you don't understand is
Well-
that Kuchana has made an old miner character from Scooby Doo to actually know that he's actually like living out on the ice.
But I think we know if Nobilis needs a new character. I think we know what the character's voice is going to be now.
Oh, I am not doing that voice more than once in a while.
We don't want to hurt his throat.
Okay, so did you have any other business that you wanted to take care of here in Caer Dineval before you get on the road?
Just,
No.
well, yeah. We do want to stock up on food because we're going to be going overland for several days. So
Okay.
we'll
Yeah,
make sure
once
we've got
we
the
get-
supplies we need for that.
Yeah, so
but we could potentially do that in Caer Konig.
But we don't know what's available there. So
Yeah.
we want to check here first.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
That's
true.
that's the only thing in my mind.
Yeah.
okay. So let's see. I'm just looking at equipment because I haven't really been like making you guys pay for like food and lodging so far in the towns very much, but I think rations. Let's see what that costs to buy. Some, however much rations.
Oh.
4 gold.
How many days does our ranger expect it'll take to get to Caer Konig, then Kelvin's Cairn, the Black Cabin, and then let's say Lonelywood?
Can I roll a survival for that since this is my favorite kind?
I don't think you need to roll. We can just work it out with the distance. So you want Caer Konig to where are you trying? So bear in mind, Kelvin's Cairn is like a big mountain, right? And you had heard that there was an expedition there, and you don't really know anything else about it, other than the expedition was in theory to find this lycanthrope that Marcher is familiar with the name of.
Right.
But otherwise, there's not like a place to go there. It is a mountain.
Right. But yeah.
Right.
But I wanted to, you know, make at least have a look around to
Sure.
see
No.
if that expedition,
Right, but there's
say
yeah.
the
I'm just saying
sign of that
there's
expedition.
not a place that's going to have like a tavern or an inn there. It's just
No, yeah. That's why I'm saying
Right.
we should
No.
have enough food to cover.
Okay, so Kerkeonig to like tell me where you're going again.
I would say probably the base of Kelvin's Cairn that leads into the Dwarven Valley. That way,
Okay.
if we search around the base a little bit and don't find anything, we can swing down to the Dwarven Valley, say, maybe to see if they have any better equipment than in Tin Town, especially since they're miners and are known for their smithing. And then we can swing up from that same position because it gives us, 3 ways to get to
Yeah.
the
Would
Dwarven
you
Valley.
want to go to the cabin before Lonelywood or
Before Lonelywood, yeah.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Well, so then it's 12 miles. So it's like 19 and a half miles total for that whole trip. To
Okay.
go from Kerkonig to Kelvin's Cairn, then to the cabin, then to Lonelywood is 12 miles total. Or excuse me, 19.5 miles total over land.
Okay. And we can make what? 8 miles a day?
On
No,
roads.
no. So on foot with snowshoes is half a mile per hour. So that would be 4
Okay,
miles per
4
day.
miles a day.
Now,
So-
if
so
you
we're talking
had a
5
dog
days.
sled, you would have like double that speed.
Okay, so that's going to be a 5-day trip. So we should get like a week's worth of food.
So, I'll have to I'll have to look and see how that works. Because I know with my favorite terrain being this,
Yeah.
difficult terrain doesn't slow us, but I don't know how. But I think that's more for. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's more
Let
for
me.
combat or if that's for regular traversing.
I know it's a little bit. Yeah. So you've got natural explorer, and so difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Can't get
You
lost.
could rule that this is beyond difficult. This is,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah.
This is magical. This
Yeah,
is
so
associated with magic.
Right. So what I'm gonna not. How about this? I will say that you can cut a third off of that. So like, if excuse me, so 20 miles would be about 40 hours without that assistance, right? And so let's say that you would be talking about like 28 hours of
So to do the full
travel
one-way
time.
trip,
so
so the full 1-day trip would be close to about
6 miles.
like if we did the full gamut. If you said it would be about 40 hours for the whole thing without assistance, then probably 30 hours, give or take.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying is like, 28
Yeah.
to 30 hours
So-
of travel time, bearing in mind that you can only do 8 per day without getting into forced march.
Yeah.
So let's get 5 days worth of food.
Okay. So the a ration for one person for 1 day is 5 silver.
Okay. So 2
So
gold, 5 silver for 5 days.
each.
Okay.
Yeah, I already had 7 days, but I'm going to add a couple.
Yeah,
more
like if you
days.
have some rations already, you can
Yeah,
count
I'll
that.
add a couple just because I can carry them. B just in case we get caught in a snowstorm and get stuck in a burrow for a couple days.
Well, that's also possible too, right? Like you could
so yeah.
Yeah, because we definitely hid in snow caves away from terrible things once already.
Yeah, that's why I was saying 5 days instead of 4.
All right.
Yeah.
So, are you stocking up on all that here? Just because you
If
can
it's
get
available,
it here?
yeah.
Yeah.
it is. You're told that like Kerkonig would normally have that stuff too, but there's no reason not to get it here necessarily.
The only other thing I would have to do other than that would be to see if I could use the castle's library to try to research that light face thing that I saw.
Unfortunately, the library here is like there's nothing really left to it. Like there is the old library that has been stripped and there's no books in it. So
Yeah, it was it had been devastated sometime before.
yeah,
You had
yeah.
said, yeah.
Do we,
Uh,
can we figure out why?
No, this is something that happened like 30 years ago. This is not this was not like last week and it's a mystery.
Oh, okay.
This is there are no books there. That's all.
It's still still it strikes me as a player as a odd
Okay.
thing. But,
No,
yeah.
so what I'm telling you is this is a known thing that has been true for some time, and they just haven't gone to the trouble of replacing a bunch of expensive books when they've got a lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's all.
I guess it's
Yeah.
expense. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's a logical reason.
Yeah. Well, not to
Oh no, go ahead.
not to mention like just the history of this town, both this town and Caer Konig, many decades ago had been attacked and actually like everyone killed and the town's occupied by orcs for a while. And so Caer Konig, the actual castle there, was even ruined. Like it's not even like it's just a ruin now. The town is still called that. And so eventually people from the rest of 10 towns kind of got together enough that they came and forced the orcs out. And the town was reoccupied. But like the speaker Cranach, who like lives in the castle at Caer Dineval now, it's not like he's had it for generations or anything like that. It's like, they're the ones that after the orcs were chased off, like his family were the ones that like, okay, we helped with that, so we get to live there now, right?
Okay.
Right makes right, right?
Yeah. So this is like let's see how long ago did that happen? That was let's see. Where was that? I was trying to find where the where it talked about all of that. I feel like I'm not seeing as much language about that as I Okay, here we go. So yeah, so so that was like generations ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was literally just asking because I've run across this thing twice and it's something I've not seen before and I would like to know more about it because it feels like it's watching me.
No, I don't blame you for wanting to know more. I'm just saying that this castle has no books that will be helpful to you.
Yeah, that is it for what I would have to do.
Sure.
here.
So the other little bit of trivia that you would probably share with the others on the way to Caer Konig is that the town speaker there is another silver dragonborn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
A lot of dragon balls.
Former adventurer.
Yeah. With
What's wrong with that?
with that history, it makes sense that Caer Dineval and Caer Konig are two of the smaller towns.
And you said the speaker is a silver dragonborn?
Yeah, named Trovis. And he was a former adventurer. So you guys can, buy whatever other gear you feel like you need. You can get most things here, like ordinary things. And then you get on the road to Caer Konig.
Yep.
All right. So 2 hours up the road, uneventful, still cold, right? But, you make your way up there. The white snow-covered slopes of Kelvin's Cairn loom large behind this quiet lakeside town. And let's see. So, let me just go ahead and put you on the town map. Over
That is not Kelvin's Cairn behind me, folks. 2.2.
It's not?
No, it's Grand Teton,
man.
actually.
All right. So as you're coming into town, you certainly going to pass the ruined care. As you're just coming into town, the speaker's house is kind of prominent. Right there as you're coming into town. But the locations that you would certainly know of, I think, Rowan, having been through here before, is there's Frozen Far Expeditions, which is where you would buy other sorts of adventuring gear. You also know that one of your competitors in Ten Towns is set up there. A lady dwarf named Jothra is also a mountain guide who is, I think. You tell me, do you have a rivalry? Do you care about her at all? She's basically just like your competition in terms of when you would be trying to hire yourself out to people.
I mean, if I'm not around, she's fine.
Sure. So she is set up at Frozen Far Expeditions, which is run by her friend, right? So she hangs out there to meet people who might need a guide. The inn is called the Northern Light, which is on the east end of town there. And then there is a tavern, the Hook, Line, and Sinker, where basically you get a small half-size beer for free when you come in, and that's the hook. And then, you pay for every one of them after that. And then the Sinker is named for the last round of the night. The locals all do drinking contests with it.
Uh-oh.
So
Luckily, we have places to be today, or we would be interested.
I feel like we need to go to Frozen Fire Expeditions just to see Rowan's interaction.
Well, to be fair, I was going to say I would actually go there to ask some questions, just for some interpersonal courtesy for two professionals in this business.
Oh, wow.
Well, let's be real. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And the rumors are abound.
Yes, there are certainly bountiful rumors.
Although I'm pretty sure I've had a quite profitable endeavor since being hired by you guys. So it's okay.
I'm just glad we can pay you now.
Yeah.
He gets a share. He's already got his share. He doesn't need any more on top of that.
I'm getting a share of these expeditions. This is, trust me, what I have gotten as shares of this endeavor alone would be probably what I'd make in several years. Because not many people are trying to make that trip up the pass to up to 10 towns.
We found out why.
Yeah.
Hard way.
So, where would you be headed first, right? I would imagine that, if you guys started out more or less kind of, first thing in the morning, you might be arriving, even just with the tiniest glimmer of the day's twilight on the horizon, just getting started to have the lighter part of the day.
Yeah, especially since it was only 2 hours, you said?
It's
Yeah.
from 10 to 2 is when you get, so
No,
it would have been a
2 hours
2 hour,
trip.
2 hour trip.
Yeah,
So-
so we don't have to really worry about the length of that trip because it was a small one.
Right.
So I'd say we can head to Frozen Far Expeditions first, see if we can find out some more information before potentially heading out.
Okay. So you're on your way there. Were you saying so? Okay. You're on your way there. The town sits quietly at the foot of Kelvin's Cairn. A few bundled up people shuffle between snow-battered houses, keeping their heads down, barely bothering to give you a look as you walk past them. A pile of snow stirs as you pass it, and someone hidden beneath it suddenly stands. The figure looks around and yells, "Who goes there? Is it thieves? Have I found those creeping bastards?" And when he pulls down the scarf covering his face, you see it is a silver dragonborn holding on to an empty wine bottle as if it were a weapon. he belches, grins at you, and says, "Pardon my manners. Bit jittery with all the thieving going on. I'm Trovis, the town speaker. And I've got a handout for you now."
Oh dear, LA feels a little bad here at the moment.
Yeah.
His kinsman is.
That is
drunkard.
awesome.
Oh no, this is not awesome. I'm feeling bad for Trovis.
Oh,
Oh no.
yeah. Marcha just kind of looks over at Ale. Yeah.
No.
Well, any relation?
Unlikely. I'm from Far East.
He kind of squints at you and just says, "Hey!
Salve, distant cousin. I'm Ale.
Pleasure to meet you." And he goes to shake your hand, but he's still got the wine bottle in it, and then he takes, wait, yep, there we go. Yeah.
So you've been having trouble with thieves.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The town has had thievery troubles indeed. No one's seen anything, really. Just the other night, the lantern over at the Northern Light was stolen. Corey wouldn't let me hear the end of it because I haven't been able to find those responsible. Not yet, anyway. But I have a knack for this stuff.
Undoubtedly.
What all has been
Deadpan.
stolen? What type of items have been stolen?
Just a moment. So one thing is that, Rowan, you would know that the Northern Light Inn, or rather, the inn is named for, they have a magic lantern that hangs over their door that all it really does is it's just, like magically lit and it changes colors. That's really all it is. But it is kind of what the tavern or like the inn was named for. And so if that was stolen, that would be certainly a bummer for them.
Yeah, and plus, like, not everyone comes out of the cold from the direction we came from, so it could be a beacon for weary travelers as well. So,
So you start to ask him about like what else had maybe been stolen, and he had already somehow gotten himself onto the topic of, there's this one time when it was a half ogre causing trouble, and I'm not gonna let that happen. So I fought him and I kicked him into the river, and it was hilarious. It was just floating away, it's cursing at me, but it couldn't get out of the river, and it was just like, "So see you later, ogre."
so have you heard? And since you said no one have seen anything, have they found tracks or what other things have been stolen?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So there have been some tracks, but we've never been able to follow them all the way to anything. Like, they always just go, like, out of town. But just in the last couple of days, they stole the lantern, they stole a pair of goats from the hook, line, and sinker, and Frozen Far Expeditions had a small sack of pearls that had been carved pearls. Have you ever heard of such a thing? And apparently carved into like decorative beads, but that got stolen too. That's just in the last couple of days.
Just out of curiosity, Wilfred will get a hold of the special lantern and try and see what color it.
Sure. It is not currently glowing. Like it's lit like a lantern, but it is not indicating the presence of elementals nearby.
Okay, well, that's it. That answers one.
I think as you take it out and look at it, he suddenly looks at you and says, "Where'd you get that lantern?" Wait,
It was
that one's different. Where'd you get it though?
East Haven.
a researcher from East Haven gave it to us.
All right,
Yeah.
that checks out.
We did a job for her.
Yeah.
How big is the lantern at the Northern Light that was stolen? How big is it?
Oh, like lantern size.
So like this size lantern.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bigger, like it's special, but mostly it's just pretty. You know, it goes red and then blue and then green and then white and then red again, and it's just
What's it made out of? Was it just regular made out of metal, or was it made out of something special?
magic. I don't know. That's not my thing.
That's okay.
You know, if you have more questions about the lantern, honestly, or like the tracks from I could take you over to the inn, and I'm sure that the sisters Sally and Corey could tell you more about that.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
You know what? I think we can find the inn. I know my way around a little bit. How about you continue your vigil to help look for those thieves, and we'll go gather some information to see if we can help you out.
Well, nonsense. This is my town. It is my responsibility to just see that all newcomers are welcomed appropriately. So it will be my privilege and honor to escort you. And if you know how to get there, you can just go. But he is sort of
Stumbling behind.
stumbling along behind you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is conveniently located close to the hook, line, and sinker, so he could be circling back to get some more wine on his way back.
Yeah. I will be last in line because I feel bad for my kinsman and his depleted state. So
Right.
Corford's gonna hold on to the lantern just in case, because
Sure. So I think as you're on your way there, he starts telling you about this time that he convinced a bunch of kobolds that he was actually a real white dragon.
I will listen to his stories with honor and dignity, greater than what he's currently showing as a silver dragonborn.
He thought that was a really funny story, but mostly it was just that. That's all there was.
I will ask him what he did when he was an adventurer, because I understand he once was in the adventuring trade.
Did I tell you about the half ogre?
Yes, but what did you do in general? Were you devoted to the god? Were you a fighter?
Oh,
certainly not a
yeah,
wizard.
like no. Like I swing a sword. It's my thing. Yeah. So there's not really like it's not a big town. So like you get to the Northern Light reasonably quickly.
Thankfully.
Yeah. So as you kind of arrive there, the inn appears to be mostly empty. There is an empty hook, obviously meant to carry a lantern that hangs over the entrance. Excuse me. A young woman looks up as you enter and then gives Trovus a chastising smile and says, "Did you fall asleep outside again? I'm telling you, Trovus, one day you're going to have to stop relying on the kindness of strangers." The woman then opens a door into what looks like a kitchen and calls out, "Heat something up for Trovus. He's been out patrolling again." Then she comes out and just greets the rest of you. Says, "Hello, I'm Allie Shorard. I run this inn with my sister." Oh, hey, Rowan, I didn't see you there.
Well, it's fine. It's been a while. I've made a few friends since the last time I've been here.
Oh, well, isn't that's
Strangely
a
enough.
joy in these troubled times to make new friends.
That's kind of why we're here. Trovis told us that you guys had the lantern stolen.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That was it was a terrible thing. I mean, like, it's not good for anything other than being pretty, but it's kind of was our thing. So it's really kind of we're already going through such hard times. To just lose something sentimental like that is hard. But then again, everyone's going through hard times, and in fact, I think my theory here is that it was actually some of the dwarves from the Dwarven Valley. I think that maybe the hard times have gotten to them so much that they've been forced to resort to stealing, desperate for food or ale. Maybe they just saw it and thought they could sell it or something. But you know, the tracks we found sure looked like dwarf footprints to me.
Dwarf, huh?
And then the door to the kitchen swings open as a stern-looking woman enters holding a steaming bowl of soup. She places the bowl down in front of Trovis and says, "No dwarf did this. Someone would have spotted him, caught him. No, there's something more going on. Besides, what use do hungry dwarves have with a lantern?"
We have met a dwarf that could turn invisible in another town. It was a group of kind of gray-skinned dwarves called Duergar.
Durag, and they can turn invisible?
Yes,
They have magic.
saw it happen.
And small. Turn invisible and small.
Yes, them too.
Yeah, so so Corey and Allie are like looking at each other with concern, and then Trovis like sort of hiccups and goes, "Oh yeah, Duragar. That makes sense." But he's eating soup.
So no one from Frozen Far offered to track the thieves?
Well, I mean, sorry, let me think. Who are you asking? I guess.
I asked the innkeeper.
All right, yeah.
He's getting soup.
Well, I mean, I can't blame them necessarily. You know, the tracks just seemed to kind of peter out, not too far out of town, but they seemed to be leading kind of vaguely in the direction of the valley, and that was why I had my theory. But I don't think I've heard about any Duragar living in the Dwarven Valley. What do they want? They're stealing. Like, why would they steal my lantern?
Well, we're trying to figure out what they're up to. Is one of the things that we've been kind of investigating, if you will. I don't think we'd have a problem looking around town to see if maybe we could find another campsite, potentially. Seeing as the Duragar that we ran into were, well, we have a feeling and a hunch that they were also stealing things from the town.
East Haven, yeah.
From East Haven as well. So it wouldn't be far-fetched to think they would do it here, especially if they could do it without being seen. And given Frozen Far expeditions didn't go so far as to continue the search once the tracks petered out, they potentially could have led them that way to make them think it was the dwarves from the Dwarven Valley.
Well, I mean, I can show you the tracks we saw, but it's been a couple of days, so they've, blown over a little bit.
If there's some still there, I can take a look, but I would. It feels to me, the seeing as how we've run across this type of behavior before, that they would be somewhere in town.
Yes.
Or
In the
close
last place
to
they
it.
were in the last place we were. They were using an abandoned ship as their base of operations, right there in the harbor.
Wow. Well, that's a scary
So
thought.
are there any buildings in town that have been abandoned?
Besides the ruined care, perhaps. Although we perhaps might want to check out the ruined care.
Yeah, I think that would be my first
That would
choice.
be one place to look, but we should, if there are other abandoned buildings in the town, we should also ask about
I think Trovis just says, "I don't think they'd be in the care. There's not really any structures with, an inside to speak of anymore."
No underground parts?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it was pretty well sacked. They tried to make sure no one was left hiding in there, so they pretty much tore it all to pieces. And as for abandoned buildings, I mean, there's a few homes that have been, boarded up since people, died or moved away and that sort of thing. But, I mean, I patrol the town pretty regularly. I haven't spotted anything suspicious.
Right. We could check any buildings at the docks, maybe check a couple ships. If you know where some of these abandoned houses are, Trovis, that could help.
So he's actually starting to like, he's settling in to the chair he's in a little bit, and he's just kind of nodding, just like, yeah, no, that's a good idea. But one of the other sisters just says, like, did you want to see what tracks are there, or?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. She shows you like out front again and points to a set of tracks that are clearly like 2 or 3 days old. And so there hasn't been enough snow in the last couple of days to just completely obscure them, but like they've been softened from wind, and blowing snow has filled them in a little bit. But yeah, there are tracks that do seem to align with what they've said so far, that they could be dwarves, and they're leaving town on this map, going basically approximately north by northwest.
Okay.
And so if you want to try to follow those for a little while, we could see a survival check.
Let's see. Got advantage, thank goodness. Let's see. How about a 23?
With a 23, you find that the tracks that you're following, you make it about 50 feet away from the inn and the outbuildings, and find that like after that, when there's no more like buildings, the wind was much more able to whip through there, and it looks like it has completely obscured them. But you rolled high enough that while you're standing there looking around for like where those tracks would have gone, and you're pretty confident like there's no telling for this trail anymore, but you spot what looks like another fresher set of tracks that is a little bit like further west.
All right. Do they look like they're heading back into town?
So you go and you follow those. I won't make you roll again. You follow those, and the tracks that you found looked like they were headed into town. But what they do, they don't go all the way into town. It seems like they just kind of go around the perimeter a little bit, and then they turn back away from the town. You'll need another roll to like keep following those. But those look fresh enough, like they might have been last night.
Okay. Do you guys want to keep following?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wilfred will help if he doesn't really have survival, but he.
Yeah, Ig does. Ig does, and will assist if needed.
Okay.
These are my favorite. You guys help absolutely. These are my favorite enemy, thankfully, though.
Sure.
Oh, that's
And so I built this guide literally to do this type of stuff. So they're my favorite enemy. Plus, with the class with Sentinel's intuition, I just rolled a 27.
Very nice. Yeah. So what you find is something that a lot of other trackers would probably not know how to interpret, but you're pretty confident. So you find that these tracks, they lead about a quarter mile outside of town, when all of a sudden the tracks switch to a different set of tracks. Like they look different, and after studying them for a little bit, what you believe happened is that there are tracks that look like ogre tracks. But what's weird about it is that the ogre looks like it must have been standing in one spot for like hours and hours, just out in the middle of the snow.
Like he was waiting for them?
Could be. But the Duragar tracks stop when they meet where the ogre would have been standing, and then what you see is ogre tracks leading further outside of town, along with what looks like maybe sled runner tracks.
So the Duragar are using an ogre to pull
almost like a
sled.
mule. Yeah.
But here's the other thing: is that like ogres are not like cold weather monsters. So like just standing in one spot for hours and hours is a little weird.
I mean, yeah, even Marcher and Allie wouldn't want to stand still for hours and hours in the cold. That's not fun.
Yeah.
Could be some kind of construct or undead.
Well,
An undead ogre, that would make sense. It could just stand there like our dear friend, the serial killer.
Suffolk.
Suffolk, yes. Thank you.
so I will use primeval awareness. And since I'm in my favorite terrain, do I sense an undead within 6 miles of me?
Hang on just a
You have
second.
6 mile radius? Holy crap!
Well,
But see,
Favorite terrain.
It doesn't give me location. It only lets me know if they're there. It doesn't.
I mean, I can sense undead within 60 feet.
right.
I can do. Let's see. It's aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae,
Yeah.
fiends, or undead.
So it doesn't tell you exactly where though, right?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. No, it just lets me know if they're within that radius.
Right. You do sense at least one within that radius.
That would seem to confirm my idea.
Because I'm pretty sure standing out in this cold, no matter how bundled you are, that would kill you.
You would certainly not be having a good time anyway. And for that matter, even if there was an ogre waiting for someone, like even if you're waiting, like why would you just literally stand in one spot for hours and hours? That's just weird. Yeah. So but yeah, so there are these tracks, which I'll add though that ogres are not humanoid, and so following the ogre tracks you wouldn't have the same favored enemy benefit.
Yeah, they're monstrous, aren't they?
They're technically giants.
So I just wouldn't have advantage. But I could still try to track them if you'd like.
Oh no, you can definitely track. You just don't get the same favored enemy bonus. Is all. Oh, here I didn't have an ambiance.
Now Iggy or Wilford could.
Oh yeah.
I could help you to get advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so once you start, like, are you just? It looks like it might go like a significant way out of town. Would you be just? You know what? It's
Which direction
fine.
is it
Like,
going?
So here,
Yeah.
basically, here's what I was just going to say is like there's a bit of business in this quest that's written that seems like it is actually designed for is if you guys are still low level, it's like here's how you can get a dog sled and here's how you could use a dog sled if you wanted to use a dog sled, but you guys can also just like head out. Right? Like, I don't have to, like, make you do the part where it's like, so-and-so recommends that you can maybe get a dog sled if you want. That sort of
No,
thing.
we're gonna head out.
All
Yeah,
right.
head out.
Okay.
It sounds to me like the people who wrote this adventure believed that a whole party of people could ride in one dog sled.
Well, I don't know. It's weird. I think
Yeah.
that there's, like, the rules of the dog sleds just seem a little bit, like...
Hacky.
Or they're simultaneously too detailed and not detailed enough.
Right.
But yeah, in any case.
Maybe Icewind Dale has these big wagons.
Well,
Maybe they have polar bear dogs.
Yes.
So they establish it like how much they can carry, like how much each dog could pull by weight, right? And so I
Right.
think like the assumption is that like you could have maybe 4 people on one dog sled if you have enough dogs to pull that much weight.
Right.
I think the better option would be like the goblins, right? Like
The polar bear drawn wagon. Yes.
Yeah. But here's the other thing too that I want to offer you guys as players is to just say, I will say that if you guys think it would be cool to do dog sleds, we can make the dog sleds work however we want.
I personally, I think I don't. That's not cool enough for me to.
Deal. All right. So in any case, you're following these tracks outside of town. I'm not gonna mess around too much with direction because there's not like a specific like map location for it. Like
Okay.
once you like arrive, assuming you find it, there's a
Right.
map for that place, but it's not placed
Well-
on the Icewind Dale map.
Okay, so let's assume in order to make the hook a little sharper, that it's on our way.
Well, yeah, but like presuming you find it, would you not go back to town to return
Well,
the
that's
stolen?
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, and also, and let's just be real. If this happens to be the Duragar's hideout, we're not going in.
Well, no, we know that their fortress is in the
the
mountains.
south, yeah.
Yeah. So
This is one of-
it's
just
not
an
that
outpost.
way. It's
Oh, it's
this
not
is more
that-
to the north.
It wouldn't potentially be that Duragar fortress.
Thankfully.
Yeah, this will be an outpost of some kind.
Yeah. Well, assuming that Devil Dwarf lady knew what she was talking about. She said it was in the spine of the world. So, which is not where this is.
And to be fair, she predicted things pretty well so far. I mean, she knew we were coming.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get another survival group check. Okay, no, excuse me. Here's what happens: is you're able to follow the tracks for a while, but eventually you get to the point where the tracks are just the wind has annihilated the tracks to go further from where you are, but you know that it has led you up into the hills, and so presumably wherever they were going is somewhere in this area. And so the new check is not to follow the tracks, but to basically search the area.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a group check for survival where everyone can roll it, and it's not to follow tracks though, because now you're looking for is there a
Signs.
place here? Yeah.
Yeah. 12. No, I got a 13. Wait, it looks like I rolled twice.
Looks like
that's a
that
12.
first. Yeah, the 12 was the new roll there.
Yeah, 12's a new roll.
I got a 12 as well.
I got a 9. Eek. That was not good.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Nice.
All right.
15.
Okay. So that you don't find it. You don't find anything for that hour. So basically, you're making a check for every hour that you spend looking. You don't find
Okay.
it in that hour. You're basically still kind of looking around, but the day is starting to to pass, right? Like you're losing what little light at this point, but you can keep looking.
Okay. Ugh.
Would this would be
5.
survival, right?
Yeah.
A 9 again. Good
Ugh.
God.
I got a 19.
Okay, that's good.
You and I both. Thank you.
2 19s.
Hey, I also got a 19.
All right. So guess what? You find it in that hour.
Yay.
Yay!
So here's the thing, though, and this is where the map is a little bit tricky because it's dark, right? But you still have a little bit of moonlight, so
Moonlight.
so the map is literally mechanically the map is dark, including the outside part, and so. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I forgot that I fixed that by giving you. I placed an artificial light to represent the moon. There. All right. So let me put you guys on here. Good. So you're on here. Do you see yourselves now in the lower right corner?
I
Yep.
do.
Yep.
Okay. And you see that there's this outside area that's kind of lit up.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have.
Kind of a.
Yeah, it's a dim light, and I've basically I added a thing to sort of represent the moonlight, because by default it's completely dark everywhere on this map. But here's what you have found, though, is that a blocky stronghold bereft of warmth or charm juts out of a hillside in a rough crescent shape. Only part of its construction is visible; the rest is buried in the stone. A large double door of stone serves as the main entrance. The terrain leading to it is a gently upward sloping plain covered with fresh snow. A stream used to flow out of a barred culvert northeast of the main entrance, but the waterway has frozen. Two other barred openings can be seen along the stronghold's northern wall. Anyone positioned behind these openings would have an unobstructed view of the hillside. So the barred openings are up here, and then there's the like a tower with a sorry, I just like close. Oh yeah, so closer to you, separated from the rest of the stronghold, is a snow-covered stone bunker perforated by arrow slits, which is this thing. So here's what's a little bit tricky, is that technically on the map here, I have made it dim light. But the thing is, I think coming into this sort of like sheltered area of the hillside, to even say there's dim light is a little bit generous. So the question here is, I think you guys know that if you don't use some sort of a light source, it's hard for those of you without dark vision to see. But if you do use light, it's probably going to be obvious to anyone who's on lookout. So, what would you like to do?
This is a fortified position. I'm not sure we want to just drive right up their front door.
It's a good way to get full of arrows.
Yes.
Indeed. Does there look like now? Can we maybe make out if there's like a main entrance to the barred area?
So the only entrance you see is the big doors right here. But the barred, and you do realize that like the barred windows on the north side here, like those are high enough that like if you were hugging the wall, like you could go under those without being seen. But those windows are like would be like 5 or 6 feet of above the ground level all the way up there. And so there is, let me take this off of the GM layer, that there's the elevation here to show the slope.
How about above this? How high is, like, this is coming out of a hillside or a mountainside, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
If we were to circle around and come at it from the north or the west and maybe descend on ropes, would we be able to approach those doors without having as much observability?
You think that could probably be done, but it would probably require climbing gear because there's some sheer like cliff sides.
Yeah.
I can send Piccolo out to check.
Also,
He has dark vision.
Oh, nice.
He has dark vision, and I can see through his eyes, and we don't have to be within 100 feet of each other anymore.
And how steep are these sides as we're going in towards it? Like, are they super steep, or is it kind of a gradual increase?
So where it says like -40, -30, -20, and so on, that's pretty gradual. But then when you get up to the walls, that's much steeper.
So it would be so if we went up to the upper parts, it would be kind of hard to kind of edge our way around because of the steepness.
Not necessarily. If you wanted to go up to the edge and creep around, hang on. Let me see what it. Let's see. You suspect that if you were to go like right up to the cliff face and try to creep your way around, like hugging close to the steep part, like along the wall, you suspect that would certainly still require some degree of stealth, but it would not be like difficult to climb. But you could theoretically still be detected, right? Because like you would still potentially make noise. So if there's anyone looking, so that would be though the place that could avoid the obvious viewing locations.
think that would be the best way, because given the fact that we would need equipment to climb down, we would have a higher chance of making noise doing that.
Yeah, let's say
All right then.
I'm all for taking the experienced person's advice.
Make anyone. So who has dark vision other than Iggy? Anyone? I don't think so, actually.
No.
No.
Iggy, I think make a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, 9.
Okay. I think so you don't see any other sort of ideas. So the two the three theoretical options right now, obviously you could just go march right up to the door. Doesn't seem like the best idea. But hugging along the wall, probably easier to remain hidden. So that would be one option. And then theoretically, if you had climbing gear, you might be able to, be completely out of sight until you get up there, but you would need the climbing gear and potentially could have climbing mishaps.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do have pittance and a hammer and stuff. We do have some climbing gear.
I've got some too, but I think I feel like we would make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
some of us are wearing heavy armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could cast invisibility on you, but that still won't silence the armor.
How long does it last? And can you do a group?
Hold on a second. Let me double check. No, it's concentration.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Which was this spell in question?
Invisibility.
Invisibility at a higher level cast can do one extra person, but I think that you would. I think what we established was you need one more level before you would be
Yeah.
able to do it on 2 people. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now I can pretty much only do it on one person. And it still doesn't silence the jingle jangle armor of Mr. Shiny over here.
And me.
Yeah, yeah, I think we're multiples.
So I say we either shimmy along the cliff face and try to get right up to the door, or at least to a point of ingress. And we could also have Piccolo scope it out, although I'm wary of saying that because with the fact that they have this is a fortified position, we don't know if they have people watching for such things. And I would hate for Piccolo to say they used to be a small dragon until they took an arrow in the knee.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say I like the shimmy. That
Yeah.
just seems like it's the least complicated.
all right.
Okay.
The least contrived, I guess. The
Okay.
simplest answer is sometimes the best answer.
Sure. Well, here's where I will go ahead and reveal the thing on the map. Bloop. See this little dotted blue line that I've just added?
Is that what we would be traveling?
Yes. And in fact, here's the other label for it.
safe path.
Yeah. So
Well done, Ranger.
technically, you do still have to make stealth check, though. It's not 100% completely, problem free, but it's better than going just straight up the middle of the valley there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This like if we were like level 8 or 9 and be like, let's storm the castle, boys.
Oh well,
Yeah,
So you guys should be able to move your tokens.
Yeah.
Let me give you a Piccolo token too. All right. And so if you guys are creeping up along those walls, bearing in mind that part of the, I've got the shadow of this little bunker there. So I especially outside here, I'm allowing that there's maybe a little bit of light you can kind of see, but not well. And then inside, I'll just give you the heads up. You don't really know this. Inside, totally dark. So you guys need to figure that out.
Well, we can.
Well,
Burn that bridge when we get to
Yeah.
it.
Don't forget
Yes.
your little piccolo there.
I think most of us
Where
are.
is it?
I just put it on your token.
Oh, okay.
I
think
had
most
put
of
it
us
down
are
there
that.
where you were before. Oh, it's sorry. I put it on the wrong layer. Let me. Hang on. I had it on the GM layer.
Have
Hey!
to get light to
Yeah.
make light of our own.
Right. But, so probably Iggy might be the one to lead since they're the only one that can really see well. But I mean, I'll leave it to you guys. You do. I certainly would guess, understand that were you to create a light right now, you would probably not see very well, right? Or you would not
Right.
be as hidden.
How
I mean,
how bad would your walking be if you perched Piccolo on the lead person's shoulder and you saw through their eyes as we moved along here? If you were, say, roped to someone.
If Marcher gives me a piggyback ride,
I'm not sure what's the benefit there.
but yeah, I don't see what the benefit would be because he has 60 feet of
Just so you
Dark
don't get
vision.
full of holes, seeing as I know you're probably the lightest armored of us.
yeah. Well, I do have my mage armor on, so I'm not quite defenseless, but
So as you kind of start your way up there, when you're approaching this bunker, the stone bunker stands 15 feet tall. The rough edges of its construction indicate that it was cut from a single piece of stone. And so as we have you starting to try to move past that, what I need is a group stealth check from everybody.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't like it when you say that.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
oh, nice. Maybe that'll counteract my 4.
Okay.
Got a 2, which came from a natural 1.
A 2.
Okay. So that's 2 successes and 2 failures. Right?
Oh God, the ranger. That's a 9.
Didn't you?
No, it rolled 3 by accident.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's a
okay.
9.
So I think, as you're kind of creeping along there, I think, you're just finding that it's dark enough, especially as you start going past the shadowed area behind the bunker, where it's even the moonlight is obstructed. You're just having a little bit more trouble placing your feet carefully. And maybe one of you stumbles into the other just a little bit. There's a little bit of metal, metal clanking. Let's see.
Yeah. Wilfred's shield just kind of scrapes across the wall accidentally.
Yeah, so I think, let's see. Yeah, so I think you all recognize you've made some noise. And so maybe you freeze for a moment to try to see if you can tell what's going on. You can all make a perception check.
Yeah, what's my perception? My perception is
17.
This be disadvantage without dark sight or dark vision?
Well, it's not first sight right now.
Okay.
22.
oh my god, I can't roll tonight. 5.
And
7.
I think what you hear, Rowan, is that from up in the bunker, you hear what sounds like someone moving around in there. You don't hear any voices. There's no alarm sounded, but you do hear someone moving around. Like maybe they were alerted to a sound and now they're looking around through the arrow slits maybe. So
I'm going to. Let's see. I would like to, as subtly as possible, notify them of this, but I would also like to take out my my longbow.
Okay.
And do I? And I can't. It's too far. It's too dark for me to see anything. Probably past Iggy
I mean,
with moonlight.
what are you trying to do?
I was just trying to see if I saw movement in the bunker, or like
No.
maybe through the slit.
There's from your angle, there is nothing to see. It's literally just stone. There's arrow slits on the the west and south wall of it, but on your side, there's literally like you can't see through. There's no windows to see through.
Okay. On does it look like there's an entrance to this bunker on this side, or is the entrance, or is there an entrance, or is the bunker potentially just a part of the main fortress?
Or it might have access underground or
Yeah, you don't see any entrance on this side.
But just try to, if everyone can see me, I want to try to do a kind of a motion to kind of slow it down and be careful with my hand, but not say anything. And I'm going to point to my ear, and then point to the bunker.
Iggy will use telepathy and say, "What are you talking about?"
Nice and straightforward.
In my head, Jesus. Warn me next time.
Ow!
I heard movement in the bunker. I don't think they necessarily have heard us or have seen us or spotted us, but I definitely think that we alerted them to there could be something out here.
Well,
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Okay, so I will convey that to the rest via telepathy.
So yeah, everyone can kind of decide how they feel about this reveal that Iggy can use telepathy.
Well, Marcher's already aware.
Well, Marcher, would
Yeah.
you have talked about that at all, or brought it
It
up with anyone else?
nothing particular came up, and no reason to talk about it came up. So.
Okay, so go ahead and everyone, let's get another stealth check.
Please, better than the last time. Yay! 17.
Better.
Wow, 19.
Nice!
7.
7.
Okay.
It's always one.
Okay, so wait. You guys are kind of saying your numbers too fast for me. Everyone say theirs again right now.
Paul, 19.
Okay. I
Archer has 17.
okay.
Se-
So
se-
Nobilis,
seven.
when you did
Oh.
that, one of your hands was literally off screen. So like you're holding up fingers and going like this. Like so like you can't. I can. Okay. So Marcher fails. Ale succeeds. Rowan.
15.
Okay, succeed. Wilfred.
Fail.
Okay.
7. Fail.
Okay. Iggy?
17.
Okay, so that's actually 3 successes. That's a group check success. I'll say you guys can go ahead and make your way. I'll go ahead and move up to like around here.
Okay.
So you're making your way up there, and you're passing underneath where those barred windows are. Staying below them, creeping along the wall, and as you're getting close, Iggy, I think something that you spot is that on this river, this frozen river that also comes up the valley. You realize that it goes underneath, like it comes out from underground, and that it's frozen over, but there's a gap where it emerges from underneath where this outpost is. So there's potentially like a way to go that way.
Okay.
Like you could creep through that opening, and you don't know where it would lead, but it does seem to be coming out from underneath the outpost.
Okay, I'm going to send Piccolo to check it out.
Okay. You do that, and Piccolo reports that just inside the outpost, there is a well from inside the outpost, and so you could theoretically go in through that way and climb up the well, bypassing the big doors.
Well, well, well.
That sounds like an excellent plan.
So I will transfer this knowledge to my compatriots
Via
silently
telepathy? Okay.
via telepathy.
Okay, well, I'm a little more ready for it this time.
Side crystal for the
That's supposed to
win.
talk in my head is the god, not warlocks, but the big world out there.
Okay. So the one thing, though, that you note is that although it's not terribly high, it's only a 10-foot distance. So yeah, you guys can kind of keep moving along to the the opening there. It's not terribly high, but it's very icy covered, and so you feel like you can't just climb up with your hands. You need either some kind of magic or climbing gear. But even though it's only 10 feet, it's just, it's too slippery otherwise.
Or a grappling hook.
Yeah. And also, once you go inside there, pitch black, total darkness.
Was this is just to climb into the well, or is this how down?
No, so you can get into where it's the bottom of the well, but to climb up through the well into the outpost requires climbing gear or magic.
I will pass forward pittance and the hammer.
I've
Okay.
got
So, but like anyone but you, Iggy, is going to be totally blind unless you give some sort of a light. Because it's totally dark in there.
Okay.
I don't have a quick way of ascending this. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Marcher, share.
All right, here is my plan. I am going to take a rope and I'm going to cast Misty Step to get to the top and then drop a rope down for you to climb up. The problem is I'm going to be alone up there.
You also have to be able to see where you're,
Yes.
you're
Well, I was
going
going,
to.
I was going to cast a light spell,
Mhm.
which is a cantrip. Actually, no, it is not. It is a cantrip. So yes, I can cast a light and misty step in the same turn. Because we're going to want to be fast, because this will probably set off any sentries they have. But I am going to. What I need is some way to secure this at the top of the well very quickly. So, some kind of makeshift. How wide is the well?
It's basically just wide enough for like one person at a time to go up through it.
Okay, so something like 3 feet wide.
Yeah. Like I
Okay.
think Marcher, you would actually be squeezing a little bit.
Okay.
But you could fit through it, but it's not much bigger than that.
Well, that'd be a
Okay.
good thing about
I'll
Misty
tie
Step.
one end of the rope to something that can span the top of that, something stout that I
Well,
can just
you
leave
can just-
there.
Drive the pitten into the.
I want something quick because I may need to defend myself.
Well, like
Okay.
basically tie a loop into the rope, and once you're up there, just throw the loop over
All right.
over the well.
Yeah, okay. I'll tie the rope around myself, and I have that kind of in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I'm going to cast light on the tip of my staff that's sticking up out of my pack,
Mm-hmm.
and then bonus action Misty Step and go to the top of because the light spell I'll be able to see.
Mm-hmm.
So bonus action to the top of the well, and drop the rope down the well.
Perfect. So remind me the light spell. What's the radius of bright light and dim light for that?
That is
20, I believe, right?
20 foot bright, 20 foot dim.
All right. Okay, so I have just added that to your token.
Okay.
So all of that works, and then so patoof, you have appeared up there. You have you were able to, like, did you make yourself like standing on the lip of the well? I mean, you'd kind of have to be, really, right?
Yeah. Just
Okay. All of
standing on the
that,
edge and
yeah, all of that goes off without a hitch, except that I need a dexterity saving throw for you now that you have landed there. Everything else about your
Right.
plan is fine, but now we see if you slip and fall on your butt.
a 10.
10 is enough. That's actually just
Okay.
what I think that
All right.
there's a moment where you kind of go, whoa,
Oh no, that would be bad.
like, you had to wave your arms around a little bit there to avoid slipping, but you managed it.
Okay.
To be
So,
fair, he's big enough to where if he had fallen butt first, it would just be kind of stuck, like in like a.
Like, arms and legs over the top. People start climbing up, and I'm like, oh!
yeah. All right, so here's what you see. This hall is devoid of decoration. A frozen well stands near a hallway to the east. You definitely are aware of that. And 3 iron cages are pushed against one wall. One contains a malodorous ogre with rotting, half-frozen skin and an empty right eye socket. It howls in despair at the sight of you. Another cage holds a pair of nervous goats. The third cage is empty. Leaning against a wall near the cages is a wooden dog sled with ice clinging to it. So other than the fact that the ogre goes, "Roar!" you don't see anything else in here. So
Okay.
we are,
Does that
however, now going to roll initiative because it's making noise.
Oh,
Yes.
So I would
Okay.
imagine everyone else can be like, you're at the bottom of the well, but you can go ahead and I'll move you up to where you're sort of can kind of, like until you move up there, like you're still, you still don't see that until you climb up, but just that way you can kind of be aware of inside the room there.
Okay.
Well, we probably heard the ogre at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get all right, hang on. Let's give everybody a turn. And we will begin. But, hey, just not getting peppered with arrows on your way up the hill and then having to fight your way through the door while they continue to do that is ahead,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
ahead of the game.
priceless.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's. And
Am I seeing 2 marchers on the order?
I don't
So
know.
I
Give
am-
me just 10 seconds. I'm still
Sorry.
setting up. Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be short about it. I'm just like, I can't look at everything yet. Maybe. All right. Okay. Let me double check those guys. I think I don't need to put them on the initiative
Like we
just
have
right now.
Iggy and need Iggy and Piccolo.
Please give me a second.
Iggy's numbers.
I know you're helping. I'm just saying. Let me just look at it for a moment. Thank you. I know you're helping. I'm saying, like, it helps me more to just be able to look at it myself for a second. Thank you. Okay, let's see, those guys. No, yeah, they definitely need to be in initiative. So technically what I'm doing is I am adding, there's not actually that many. So I'm going to have just all of them be their own initiative. All right. Okay. All right. Actually, is he different somehow? Sorry, there's just a lot of setup on this one.
Take your time.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's just a. There we go. And then this guy has his own. There we go. Okay, and then the ogre zombie. All right. Okay, so I think is everybody got their initiative on the on it? Good deal.
Would you?
Alright.
Did you put me on there?
Well, so if not, then I will do that now.
Thank you. I think I might have been the
Whoop.
second marcher.
Okay. What the hell? Oh, that's weird. Why is it doing that? Okay. All right. There we go. All right. And now, short and give you some fighty music.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right.
I I imagine that the two goats are just like, get us out of here, get us out of here, get us out of here.
All right. Well, yeah, the goats are. Yeah, the ogre zombie goes, "Roar," and the goats go. So yes, Iggy, you are up first, but you're at the bottom of the well.
Okay, so I'm going to try to climb up the rope that Marcher has very kindly
Drop down the well.
dropped
Yeah.
down the well.
So let's have an athletics check. It's a relatively low DC.
Athletics. Well, good. It's in relatively low DC. I got a 14.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So I think it is your action, but you are now climbed up and in the room.
Okay. So
And you see the things now that Marcher saw before.
and I go, that's gross.
Yeah. So you can still move a little bit if you want.
I told you it was undead.
So also,
Yes.
let me make it clear, it is in the cage. It does seem to be
Yeah.
enclosed in the cage.
Okay. I am going to back up out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
All right. That is your turn, and now it is a guy that you can't see. It's his turn. He is
Doing stuff.
he's doing stuff. Yeah, Marcher.
You won't like it.
Marcher, it is your turn. Currently, your mobility is reduced because you are holding. Got the rope tied
Yes,
to
no,
you.
no, I'm staying where I am. But I am going to ready my crossbow to fire at the first hostile thing I see that isn't a giant ogre zombie.
Okay. All right. Aule.
Climbing up the rope.
Athletics check, please.
Athletics check. So that's a 15.
No problem. You are also able to enter the room and see the
And I
things
will-
that everyone else has seen.
I will slide next to here, next to Iggy.
Great. All right, Piccolo's turn.
He is going to fly up and join me.
Okay. He doesn't need to use his action for that. So,
That's his move.
Yeah, that's his move. He's gonna hide in my hood for the moment. Because I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know where trouble's going to come from.
okay.
Yeah, he
One thing-
might.
Yeah, one thing I didn't describe in that initial text is that it looks like those big doors actually lead to an internal drawbridge over a 30-foot deep pit. So that's what this
okay.
is. So the drawbridge is currently down, but it looks like there's just a simple hand-operated mechanism that would open it or close it.
Yeah, I'll probably send Piccolo to keep watch on the walls. Next turn.
Okay. Well, so this is not like there's a ceiling in here. This is not open to the top.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, all the ceilings are 10 feet high.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that makes it Rowan's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up the hole.
All right. No problem.
Righty. And since that was my move, I'm just gonna ready my crossbow.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. That makes it. Yeah, this other guy's turn, and then this guy. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah.
Also do a thing.
We can't see.
All right.
He's doing stuff and things, Lori.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff that you don't.
Nothing things.
You don't know about it. You don't need to worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay, and then yeah, a few more people that you can't see yet doing their thing. Wilfred.
Okay, Wilfred is going to climb out.
All right.
And I think he does pretty good with the 21.
There you go. No problem.
With style.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's going to kind of go over here
Mhm.
with a Warhammer ready, out and ready
Okay.
to Warhammer
So
shield.
only
ready.
Marcher actually has a ready to action because everyone
Wow.
else had to use their
Yeah.
action to climb. But yeah.
In hand and for
sure.
next turn.
All right. So the hang on. That's yeah. So what happens next is that this door to the east gets kicked open, and you see just emerging around the corner is a gigantic, like 9 foot tall Duragar with a let's see, he's got a war pick raised, and
It's a giant dwarf.
yeah.
It's a giant dwarf. I'd rather have a dwarf giant, but you know, we get the
That's
enemies we
me.
get.
I'm the dwarf giant. He's the giant dwarf.
Oh, yes.
Well, at least we know.
I think he's muscling in on your shtick.
Does that trigger my my ready to action?
Yes.
Okay. And I will shoot. 9.
A 9 does miss.
Yeah, I figured.
In addition to being double normal dwarf size, is wearing scale mail and shield, which has grown along with it. So it stomps in, boom, 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 boom. But it actually doesn't have a chance to attack because it was just basically charging in to say like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
And then he ducks as a crossbow goes over his head.
Yeah. But he had to dash to get that far, so that's what he does on this turn. Now we're back at the top of the order. Iggy.
All right. Eldritch Blast.
All right.
At the obvious attacking gigantic enlarged dwarf. Okay, does a 24 hit.
A 24 does hit, yeah.
Okay, for 8 points of damage.
How much?
8?
Oh, 8, yeah. Always kidding. Ugh. He's knocked back and looks mad about it. And he definitely yells about it, too. Ah! Okay. That makes it... What?
And I'm going to back up
Okay.
a little bit.
All right.
Just to kind of get out of the actual fighter's way.
Sure.
And also because I'm squishy.
Okay. That makes it. Let's see. This guy's
My
turn.
turn.
No. The guy that
there's
you
another guy
can't.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy you can't see. And
Boost and stuff.
yeah.
Stuff. Thanks.
Okay. And then now it's Marcher's turn.
Okay. I think a ray of frost is appropriate.
Okay.
11.
11 misses
Nope.
too, I'm afraid. All
I'll
right.
get some good rolls later.
Ale.
Okay, first thing I will, as a bonus action, cast Hunter's Mark on the giant dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, after I do that, I will try to whack said giant dwarf with my longsword.
Yeah?
That's my idea, anyway.
Let's see it.
11.
No.
I cannot roll tonight.
Nah, he deflects it with his enormous shield.
Boink.
All right.
That would be hilarious if it actually made that sound. Boink.
So that would make it Piccolo's turn next.
Um.
Help Ally.
Well, I already
Well-
went this turn, so
Right. Or help
help Wilfred would be the
Yeah.
better action economy.
Yeah, I think. Well, Marcher. Rowan's next.
Oh, Rowan's next, right?
yeah, but he's gonna shoot.
Yeah, so I'll tell Piccolo to go help Wilfred.
All right. Okay, so that is gonna make it Rowan's turn next.
Alrighty. First thing is I'm going to shoot this gentleman. But I'm going to take my.
You have a broad use of the word gentleman.
But I'm going to use my sharpshooter feat, so that's no bonus on this one. Let's see.
That's funny.
Very nice.
So here's the question: does that multiply sharpshooter?
No, only the
No.
dice.
Okay, so it's max
Yeah.
damage, then roll the second.
Yeah,
Yes.
roll-
Yeah, for the dice. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
First time we get hit by one of these crits, it's gonna be nasty.
Let's see. Yeah.
So that is so that's 16 points plus 10, so that's 26 points of damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
crap.
Well, because it doubles the Colossus Slayer too, right?
Oh, I didn't roll the Colossus Slayer.
No, well, I thought that was the because you rolled two different d8s, right? So I thought was
Well, because max damage, right? So it's 1d8 plus, and then that's a roll a second. So that would be, and I got a 7. So that would be.
okay, but you also rolled a 1d8 and got a 3.
Oh, he did 2 again. Oh, well, that's fine. I didn't realize it. Sorry.
Okay, so I thought that what you were doing was that so the first.
No,
you
that's
know,
fine. That can
yeah.
be just I didn't roll the actual
Colossus Slayer.
So yeah, because that's also a d8.
Has
Yeah. So
Giant Dwarf been damaged?
yeah,
Yeah.
because Iggy's
The
Eldritch
Eldritch
Blast.
Flash hit it.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
so I have to roll another d8. Crap. Let's see here. Clicky.
Well, but no. So okay. Well, that's what I was saying is that you rolled 2.
Yeah, because if I crit, right, you said it's max damage for the first, so that's just automatic 9, and then another d8 would I roll that one, and then I roll the Colossus Slayer. But we could take that; it's fine.
Okay.
Because that was 10 plus 9, so it's 19 plus the other. So, yeah, sorry, confusing myself.
That's okay. That's okay.
So
So,
it's
yeah.
initial damage because of the crit is 9 plus the 7, which would make that 16. Then plus 3 for Colossus Slayer. So that's 19. Then plus the 10 for Sharpshooter. So that's 29 points of damage.
Yeah. You get him right between the eyes, and he just drops.
Wow.
And
To be fair, I was just trying to suss out their AC. I didn't think I'd actually crit. So.
yeah.
Surprise!
So not only does he drop, but as he collapses, he shrinks back down to sort of a more normal dwarf size. Deflates
Be
like a
on the
balloon.
lookout. There may be invisible ones around.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you moving or anything, Roman?
Yes, I'm going to back up.
Okay.
I'm going to back up about here. Because I want to be able to keep an eye on that cage and that other hallway.
Bearing in mind that you are now on the edge of a 30-foot pit.
Oh, is that not? Oh, so is the drawbridge? Oh, you said it was down or is it up?
It is. It's down, but it doesn't
But
go
there's a
all
gap.
the way across. There's a gap.
Oh, so
Mind the
So-
gap.
Mind the gap.
Yeah, you see this wooden drawbridge?
how about I'll move here instead.
Yeah.
I thought it covered the whole gap, but you
No,
said
no.
there's
It's like it is in the picture here. Do you see how there's a wooden bridge that covers part of the pit?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away from that.
All right. Okay, so that is this guy's turn now. Okay, and then this guy. Okay. So some moving around that you guys don't see. Okay. And then Wilfred, your turn.
Okay. Well, since the one enemy that we see is not, is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Wilfred is going to go ahead and cast light on his own shield,
Okay.
so he has his own light
Yeah, let
source.
me add that for you here. Ah. Okay.
Okay.
So
And
yeah.
I think gonna just kind of stay right where he is for the whatever the next thing's gonna be.
All right. Okay, so that would be now the turn of the guy that you just killed. So I'll go ahead and remove him from the initiative order. Iggy, you're up again.
Okay. I think Ig is going to move to right about here and shoot ye old undead thingy
Mm-hmm.
with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And that was just a 10.
A 10 is enough for a caged ogre zombie.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Zombies aren't really dexterous, it seems.
Yeah.
It's only 3.
Okay. It's also in a cage that is basically just big enough for it to fit inside. So, a 3?
Yep.
All right. It doesn't seem to even notice.
Well, I
technically
figured.
you damaged it, but it's barely reacts. All right.
It just makes more loud noises.
Yeah. Okay. That is another guy you can't see yet. Marcher.
Marcher's going to shoot the ogre with a ray of frost.
Okay.
21,
Hits.
7 damage.
All right. A chunk of its elbow falls off. Frozen.
Can I scoop up the rope? Oh, no, you know what I just like to do? I'd like to just like yank the knot free, so I'm not trailing around this rope that something might grab onto and yank me off my feet.
Sure.
We can retrieve it later. So.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay, so that is your turn.
I'd like to move a little bit and take a peek down that hallway.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for something coming that way.
Okay, so I think your light, your generated light does not reach all the way to the end of that direction.
Right, but I want to have a little more
Yeah.
chance of seeing things coming.
No, I agree, but yeah, definitely because we're actually sort of using the dynamic light in this.
No, I
map.
get it, yeah.
Yeah. So you'll let me know when you can see tokens, right?
Yep.
Okay. Great. Okay, so Ale, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to transfer the hunter's mark to the ogre zombie and
Okay.
pull out my crossbow and take a shot at it. That's a 4. I really
Man, the
can't
dice
roll
are just-
tonight.
just
The
hate
dice
you
hate
today.
me.
Nah, yeah. I think it plinks off one of the bars and then like it bonks against the goat's head, like not enough to hurt it, but it does start like bleeding in fear again.
I'm sorry, goat.
All right.
Okay, so I'm also going to move to here.
Okay.
So that's all my actions.
Great. Okay, Piccolo.
All right, Piccolo. All right, let's see. I think Piccolo is gonna fly off and take a gander down this hallway. And
Does Piccolo have dark vision?
Yes, he does, up to 60 feet.
Okay. All right,
That's
let me
useful.
make sure I've got. Yeah, I think I've got that reflected. So yeah. So
His
Piccolo.
flying speed is 60 feet, so let's see how far he can actually get.
So up to unless you're not currently choosing to see through his senses. So, but what if you have any sort of communication, I'll tell you like what he sees a Duragar through there.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I think you can see the dark vision of that character, right? Of the Piccolo token, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think let me see how his limited telepathy is 100 feet. So he can choose to tell me that he sees
Yeah, so he can say that
one of those nasty things.
Yeah, there's one of them, right there.
Okay.
Okay. So is that Piccolo's turn?
Yep.
All right, Rowan.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow everyone's lead, and I'm gonna try to kill this ogre because I don't need that cape.
Well, certainly don't have any other targets at the moment.
And I'm gonna use sharpshooter.
Okay.
Does 13 hit?
A 13 does hit. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been injured. So 15 points.
All right.
I'm sorry. Wait, no, sorry. 20 points. I'm sorry.
Ah,
I forgot about sharpshooter.
all right.
Because Colossus Slayer plus my longbow and then sharpshooter.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you're definitely doing some damage. You're carving additional flesh off of this zombie, and it seems to be beating itself against the interior of the cage, unable to take any other action. You know what? I didn't give it an initiative. I just realized. Let me just go ahead and add it in there.
Do I see a lock on that cage on the outside?
It's not a lock like with that would need a key. There is a latch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we probably should kill that thing before it rattles itself free. But yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Okay, so next is this guy. All right, you don't see him. And then it is actually the ogre zombie's turn, but all he can do is go. "Ugh, ugh, 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 ugh." He can't get out. All right. Next is this other guy you still can't see. 1, 2, 3. All right. He is. You get the vague sense that somewhere in this outpost is a huffing and puffing, sprinting Durgar. All right. Next is this guy right here, who I think he uses his action to enlarge, steps just inside the edge of the dim light coming from your staff, Marcher, and he looks at all of you and shouts out, is like, "None of you will stop my father's plans!" And then he actually goes back, runs back into the darkness.
Okay.
There's some family drama there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's his turn. Wilfred.
Well, Wilfred just heard a voice that seemed rather someone that might need smack.
Yeah. Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
Can't see anything here, so
So I mean, there you go. So you definitely see in this room a long room divided in the middle by 2 open doorways stands empty. Yeah. And of course, obviously, you see a great big Duragar standing there. In fact, I have a handout for you.
and Wilfred will say, "There's another giant dwarf in here."
Like Marcher
Nildar
was-
Sunlight.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So, so you see him there, but I think you had to use your action to get to that point, yes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hammer versus hammer.
All right, so Iggy, you're up.
Okay. So let's see. I can get to probably about there. No, that's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I don't actually want to be right beside this troll thing, though.
Okay.
Or the pit.
Well, I was right beside the pit, but better the cage troll than not. And I'm going to shoot this dude
All right.
with Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
And we'll see how well this works, or does not. Okay, how's a 21 do?
That hits.
For 9 points of damage.
Okay. You do that.
And
Okay.
then do I want to do... I do actually have a bonus action, but I don't know that I want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off.
All right. Okay, so that is your turn? Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that would make it next this guy's turn, and guess what? He finally emerges.
Oh, yay.
So I don't know, actually. Yeah. So let's see. From this range, you hear to the south a door slam open, and Marcher, I think you are getting attacked by a javelin.
Okay.
And this is ranged, and it's out of the standard range, so it's with disadvantage, this attack.
Okay.
12.
12 misses. That bounces off of my thick draconic hide.
All right. So, but yes, you've had a javelin shoot out at you from the south.
Hey!
Well, it's your turn now.
Yeah, uh yeah, I'm going to move in that direction till I can see him, which should be about there, I think. And it's getting a little tight in here, so I'm going to cast a quickened false life,
Okay.
which gives me a D4 plus 4 temporary hit points. Only 5, but it's nothing. It's better than nothing.
All right.
And then a ray of frost.
Okay.
22 hits, 4 points of damage.
All right.
And his speed is slowed, right?
Well, yeah,
yes.
by 10 feet, right?
By 10 feet.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you never know.
Sure. Okay, Ale.
Okay, so I have a problem. So when Marcher moved, that plunged me into total darkness.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
so
you
what
know
can
what-
I do?
I think
Well,
you know
can
what
move,
direction
move
he
into
went.
the light area that's just behind you. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know, like, yeah, if I had capability. Okay, so 5,
Yeah.
10, 15.
I mean, you know where he was, and you saw him moving away from you,
15.
so that you were, yeah. But,
I mean, I'm sure he can see my light in the area that I've lit up.
Yeah. Now I can see. Now I can see Now I can see.
technically,
actually
no, because like the radius of the dim light is really just like that's as far as it would be, or
Okay. The dynamic line is showing me.
yeah. But it's you watched him do it though, so you
Right.
know which way he went.
Right. I mean, now with the dynamic lighting, I can see both of the giant dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to shoot at that one.
All right.
Now, the one in front of Wilfred's the one who appeared out of the darkness like Batman, right?
Yeah, I think this guy has half cover for you from there because you got a couple of your allies in between. And
Okay, so he gets +2 to his armor class, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an 18.
an 18 actually just hits with the +2 AC.
So I actually finally hit something. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
8 points of damage.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't move the hunter's mark, so that's still stuck on the zombie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's everything I've got,
Unless you recast it.
unless I recast it. But yeah, we might need those for cure light wounds in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So does that work like so? As long as we kill the thing, you can move it freely.
Correct.
Yes.
For an hour. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
But right
so,
now, we're preventing something from coming in and undoing that latch.
Yeah.
all right. So that's Ale's turn. Piccolo.
Let's see. Piccolo is going to stick with his good buddy, Wilfred,
Alright.
and help him out.
Okay. All right. So the that it makes it Rowan's turn.
Okay. So I need to get where there's some light. So I'm going to move here. And I am going to take a shot at Mr. Batman Dwarf.
All right.
And a 6 does not hit.
No, afraid not. All right. This guy. Squeezes past. No, actually, never mind. He's gonna like. I think probably Marcher, you might just see that there's another one of these guys who is coming up behind his buddy. So there's another one down here to the south.
We've got two of them down here.
Yeah, and he's going to try to. Hang on. He's going to also throw a javelin at disadvantage at you.
Roll a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1.
He did. He did actually. Yeah.
How much damage does he do to the Durgar in front of it?
No. Yeah. If you guys want the enemies to have critical fumbles, then you guys get them too. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had way too many opportunities for those. You don't want that.
Yeah.
All right. So, but yeah, that's what that guy does, and that was. So now it's the ogre zombie who again is helplessly batting at the cage and can't get through. And I think actually, Iggy and Ale, you noticed that this corner of the cage seems to have extra bars been added on this like the corner, which seems to suggest like it is specifically because when people are walking by the corner, they don't want him to grab through the bars, so like he can't do anything.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, now
We got 3 big Duragar at least.
okay. All right, and then another thing you didn't see, and then this guy is going to retreat into the corner, and to your eyes, Wilfred, he seems to be concerned that this has already started to go very poorly for him. All right, that is his turn. Wilfred, it is your turn now.
Okay. Since the that guy's gone into retreats, Wolford's gonna come over here. 1, 2, 3, 6.
You're not pursuing him? I mean, okay.
Well,
Well, he doesn't want to get too far from the rest of the party.
That
either.
okay, fair. Yeah, up to you. Your call.
yeah, and gonna switch to go ahead and switch to crossbow and shoot at that giant dwarf in the front.
All right.
Uh, 18
Okay. Yeah, 18 hits.
for 8 damage.
Okay. You hit him. He says, "Ow," and then some undercommon curses.
And Wilfred would share that the leader seems to be in a little bit of a retreat.
All right. That makes it your turn, Iggy.
All right. I'm going to smack LA's shield and cast light on it.
All right.
Be at Lux.
Are covered in soap appears.
Yes.
Okay.
But that way he can see. And
Yes.
then I am going to go. Let's see how far I
Piccolo
can
should
go.
not have followed with Wilfred when Wilfred moves. Piccolo can only
Let me
move
move
on
him
Piccolo's
back.
turn. Yeah.
Let me move him back. Okay, and let's see how far can I get. I can get to there. That's fine.
Alright.
And that'll be me.
Okay. This guy is charging in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Is he really? Cause his movement.
Remember, his movement is reduced by 10 feet because of the.
Hang
Very
on.
fast.
Yeah, yes. Okay. Just a second, though. Hang on.
Okay.
It's dumb that their speed isn't any faster when they're big. But he has another javelin, and now he doesn't have to do disadvantage, though. So that's a 22 to hit, Marcher.
Okay, that hits.
Whoops, sorry, that I clicked the wrong thing. So 9 piercing damage.
Okay, I am going to use, as a reaction, I'm going to use my Stone's Endurance and block a d12 plus 2, which blocks 6 points of that.
All right, well done.
So how much of that is how much? You said he did 9 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so that takes 3 off of my temporary hit points.
All right. Okay, so now it's your turn, Marcher.
And like, all right, you forced me to use the big guns, and I'm going to cast Frozen Spears.
Okay.
Signature spell.
I have 3 spears to throw. First one is a 6 to hit. The second one is an 8. Third one's a 13.
All 3 miss, I'm afraid.
Oh my! Ah!
No! Dice!
It looked nice.
Yeah.
Ah,
It looked it looked good, but it did not
Very
actually.
intimidating.
yeah.
All right. Ale.
Okay. so
Unless
let's go-
Marcher, did you want to move or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, that might.
Wilford
Yeah.
would suggest you move, behind him a little bit.
Yeah, I'll step behind Wilford.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so my turn. So I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, and I will I will change weapons and ready in action if dwarf comes within swinging distance, I will swing back.
All right.
So getting at the sword and shield.
Okay. Piccolo.
All right. I think I'm going to have Piccolo keep an eye on Mr. Dude in here.
Okay.
And so he's just going to kind of fly over here and stake him out.
All right.
Thank you for the light, by the way.
You're very welcome.
All right. Rowan.
Yeah, so I've got to stick close to the light here. Now, has Mr. Javelin, Big Dwarf, has he been hurt? Has this one been hit?
This
Yes.
this northmost
I
one.
did hit
yeah.
him with a nice with a.
Yeah,
with a-
he's actually
with a-
been hit twice now.
Okay. So then I'll move here so I'm not shooting through my friends.
Appreciate that.
And I will take a chance and use sharpshooter to shoot this guy.
That sharpshooter's been doing pretty well for you.
Yeah.
But a 10.
A 10 does not hit. That's the risk.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, I probably would have hit him because I get a +5, but I'm trying to get that big damage. I want to kill things.
Yeah.
With your Colossal Slayer, you may be better off using, just shooting that. Anything that isn't like.
Yeah,
use
anything, yeah. Anything
use the
that's
sharpshooter against targets that are easier to hit, like the
I
zombie.
had hoped Batman would have stuck around. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so that is your turn. Next is the turn of this guy who is down here below that one. So 5, 10, 15, 25. And he is going to throw a javelin at Ale, who's kind of the most sort of, the most obvious target from his perspective.
Okay.
16 to hit.
That will miss.
All right, lucky you. Okay, and now it is the ogre zombie's turn. He still can't do anything. everyone, hang on. Let me decide how to do this here. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you guys, something is happening that you're not aware of.
Something's happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear.
That's correct.
Yep.
All right. Piccolo now sees that the Duragar who had retreated into this other room turns invisible. Gone.
Oh, great. Hate that trick.
Wilfred, it is now your turn.
Okay. Well, since part of a line, gonna go ahead and just stand my ground and shoot again.
All right.
Oh, for a natural one.
Alas, nope. Natural one doesn't hit. All right, Iggy.
Okay. Let's see. There's. Ig is going to move to here.
It's like, don't want an invisible guy coming around the corner.
Yeah, A, I don't want a visible guy coming around the corner, and B, I don't really want these guys in line of sight, but I'm also going to cast Eldritch Blast on the troll.
Okay. Ogre, but yeah.
Ogre. The thing in the cage.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 23.
Hits, yeah.
And that's 6 damage.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Whittling him down for sure.
I see
Yeah.
how things would work in this. So the design of this encounter. Jeez.
So, all right, it's this guy's turn. Boom, boom, boom. Stomps up to you, Wilfred. And this time he's got the war pick out.
Well,
Alright.
okay. So
Figure
first he
it
gets my held
Oh, okay.
action.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
That's a 17.
17 hits.
Damage on my sword is plus. That's great, 5 damage. But if he's attacking Wilfred, then I'm going to use my reaction to
Make
To,
it disadvantage.
impose disadvantage on his attack because of my whatchamacallit, my
All
shield,
right.
my shield thing.
So his attack with disadvantage is a 10.
And
So-
isn't held action a reaction?
So I couldn't have the held reaction and that, or could I?
What? So
Is a held action is a held action a reaction?
held action is a reaction, yeah.
Oh, okay. So in that
uses up
case,
your
then my
reaction.
protection wouldn't work then.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, well, it was the 10 was the first roll, so that's still
Yeah.
technically what
Okay.
it would have been
Yeah.
anyway. And so then he, you know what? Shoot, I just didn't tactically do that very well. That's all right. That's what happened. He moved in there, and that's what he did. Okay, Marcher, you're up.
I am going to. If I use. All right. Yeah. I'm trying to think of ways that I can try and deal with the invisible guy, but nothing comes immediately to mind. So I'm going to step back over here, and I'm going to use a ray of frost against the southern Duergar fellow.
All right.
16.
16 just hits.
Okay. 2 points of damage.
All right.
At least you didn't true strike it.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, and also the slowing the speed actually kind of does matter on a map this big.
Yeah, that's
fair.
Yeah. All right, because like that's why the other guy had to do the javelin again on that previous turn because I couldn't get him all the way up there. Okay, so that's Marcher's turn. Ale.
Okay, I'm going to take a swing at the Duragar right in front of me. That's a 19. Finally,
Apparently, I
I'm
must
rolling.
attack the Durgar in front of me.
No. Stay here and make sure E doesn't leave.
Leave.
All right. So,
8 damage.
all right, he is.
How many
is-
different properties can we quote in one session?
Oh, I haven't even been
lot.
trying. So yeah, this guy is wobbling. He is not looking good, but he is still, still, on his feet. Okay. Is that your turn, Ali?
That is my turn. So
All right. Piccolo's turn.
All right, Piccolo is going to see if he can find El Invisibilito.
How's he going to do that? Just like fly into the room and like hope to smack his face into him?
Well, he has keen senses, so if he can't see them, then he can still try to like smell him
Or hear him?
or hear him.
Yeah. Okay. He can make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Well, so the keen senses is like a specific trait. Is that right? What's so?
Yeah, Pseudo Dragon has advantage on perception checks that rely on sight, hearing, or smell.
All right. Well, so standard roll then instead of disadvantage.
Okay.
And this is contesting against his stealth check.
Ugh, that wasn't good. 10.
He got a 19.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's gonna pretty much stay where he is.
So I'll say at the very least, he seems like, I think from where he is, he's confident that the dwarf has not snuck past him in that one doorway, but there are two.
Right.
I think, yeah. So at the very least, the dwarf has not just invisibly gone through that doorway at the very least.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Rowan, your turn.
Alrighty. Let's see. And we've not attacked the second guy that's in the back, have we?
He's been hit
been
once
hit.
with the ray of frost. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
for 2 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he's wounded, so your Colossus Slayer
Yeah.
will work.
Yes, that's right.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna take a shot at him since I can't see since I can't see any further down the hall. And
Well,
that
there's
guy-
also this guy who's very wounded.
Yeah, he looks super messed up.
Yeah.
though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
a shot at that guy in the back.
All right.
Jason is being efficient. He doesn't want to
Sure.
spend
Yeah.
all of his
16
huge hit
hits.
on a guy
Yeah.
with few hit points.
16 hits.
Alrighty, so let's see. Oh, great. That's 2, and then so 8 points.
All right. Well, I mean, still a hit.
You don't get a dexterity bonus to damage on your bow?
It's a +1.
Huh.
I'm not a dexterous ranger.
Huh. Okay. You're sure you use your bow a lot.
I know that's because I took instead of taking an ability score increase, I took a feat that allows me to add my proficiency to my bow. So because before I was only getting like a plus, I think like a +2 or something. like that.
Rangers
Okay.
end up with some weird builds because they do
okay.
lots of different things. So yeah, that's Rowan's turn. Are you going to move or anything?
No, I'm gonna stay here because that way I'm within the light and I've got an eye on those guys, and also if Mr. Zombie decides to bust a move.
Yeah. All right. So that makes it this guy's turn. Let's see. And then he's slowed. So 5, 15. Yeah. So he's can't. I think he can get one more up here. But he's coming up. But he's doing another javelin this time, I guess, against Ale still.
Okay.
Enlarged, ranged. Whoa, critical hit.
Ow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is gonna
So, technically, so yeah, hang on. So, to do it did a little auto calculation of damage, but so let me just take a moment to figure out what it actually ought to be. So normally it would be 2d6 plus 2. So it is, it is, so, 14 plus 2d6. And those 2d6 rolls are a 4 and a 4. So, yeah, so that's a 22 piercing damage.
Oh
Holy
wow.
car! Ow! Well, that's a good. That's
I'll
very
even
not
have to
good.
lay hands on himself.
Yeah, Paladin heal thyself.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's an action though. Oh, that's not good.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that guy gets in a good hit on you. The ogre zombie continues to wail and flail ineffectually.
That is a very good cage he's in.
Dwarf mid.
Yeah. All right. That. But then, I think all of you. This is after the ogre's turn, but before anyone else is going. But I think those of you who are kind of close over there hear the latch on the cage suddenly go blink.
Oh great.
And I think since you're closest, Marcher, if you look over, the latch has been opened. It is not broken.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so you suspect that the ogre zombie is no longer trapped in the cage as of his next turn. All right, and someone just opened it.
Yep.
All right, so that makes it your turn, Wilfred.
Okay, Wilfred is going to,
Stay and fight those guys. I've got a plan.
gonna, crossbow to the side, pull out his hand axe, and just slice at the weak one in front of me.
All right, let's see.
13.
13 doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13.
All right. Are you staying there?
Yeah.
Okay. Iggy.
All right. Marcia says he has a plan.
Yep. Don't go over there.
Oh no, I'm squishy. I wouldn't go over there.
I didn't think you would.
Yeah, no.
was
That's
more
why
for
I'm over
Wilfred.
here. That's why I'm over here.
Yes.
I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the troll. Reduce
The
its hit-
ogre.
All right.
The ogre, yeah.
Yeah.
Troll, ogre, little column A, little column B.
Well, let's see if you can hit him.
13.
All right, 13 does hit. Yeah.
Not much damage though, 2.
All right. Okay. Are you staying where you are?
Yes.
All right. It is now this guy's turn, and he turns invisible. And he attempts to move away, but Aule and Wilfred can have disadvantage opportunity attacks as he tries to move away invisibly.
Okay.
How's the dirty 20 sound?
That's a 19 sound.
19.
Well, those both hit. So, and he only had 1 hit point. So I think that, as you are, you sense him trying to move away, you both lash out and you both make contact, and he drops and turns both he revisibles and then shrinks back down to standard dwarf size as well. Okay, so that guy's done. And now, Marcher, your turn.
Marcher moves back out of the way here. Reaches into his jacket, pulls out a scroll of fireball,
Okay.
and casts it centered here.
All right.
Oh, I see your plan.
Okay. Goodbye, poor goats. We might have to return you, but yeah.
I mean,
They were never their chances were never terribly good anyways.
Yeah, well, yeah.
yeah.
So anyways, I'm
So-
rolling 7d6.
Okay,
I
ogre
don't know what the save
zombie.
is on this scroll.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it should be, hang on, because you got that as treasure
Oh,
from
okay,
somewhere,
no.
right?
It says it's the saving throw DC is 15.
Okay, great, yeah. So, ogre zombie tries to make a dexterity saving throw and gets an 11. And our other Durgar friend tries, and he gets a natural 1.
Oops.
24 points of fire damage.
All right. So, ogre zombie takes 24 points of fire damage. Durgar also takes 24 points of fire damage, which does not take him all the way down, unfortunately, and does
Does he
not.
have to concentrate on his invisibility?
No, it's an inherent racial trait for Durgar.
If I
not-
could
it's
take
not like a
just a
spell.
moment, this fireball was brought to you by my Misbehaving Maidens dice. Misbehaving
Oh.
Maidens are a music group that I am a fan of. When they offered swag that was dice, I said I wanted 7 of them because that's how many you need to cast a fireball. And this is the first fireball I've been able to cast since I bought the dice.
Very nice. I just realized that Durgar does have to concentrate on invisibility after all. So here's his Constitution saving throw. He gets a 15, which,
It's higher than a 12, so it's
Yeah,
half the
yeah.
damage, right?
yeah, that's right.
Okay,
So he does
Okay.
manage to maintain the concentration.
that was
Oh,
my
no,
best
yeah,
shot
yeah.
at
Well,
that,
that
so-
wasn't his save for the damage. That was the save to see if he could stay invisible.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
right.
He took
Yes.
the damage, but he's not quite dead, still invisible. The 2 goats, of course, are incinerated.
crispy.
Yeah.
They'll be cooked goat tonight.
Roast.
No, there's not like roasted to a nice, nice sear. It is like they are piles of ash.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Does the ogre go down?
Nope.
Oh,
Hurt him
that
a
was a
bunch.
tougher. I was really hoping to block to spoil his concentration. That was my main.
I mean, almost, and you hurt him real bad too, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a lot of effective damage, even if it didn't take anyone like all the way down. Okay, Ale.
Okay, so I'm going to lay hands on myself for 10 points of healing
All right.
because I realized that with a full hit, he could take me down. So that would not be good. So unfortunately, that means I'm not doing DPS. But sorry, guys, I don't think
No,
you
well,
want your
no, we
paladin to
want you
possibly
on your
die.
feet. We want you on
Yeah.
your feet.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
more important.
All right.
So-
I mean, you're the
That's-
only one who's seriously wounded at this point, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's my action. That's everything I want to do. Yeah.
Okay. So that is Ale's turn. Piccolo.
Piccolo is going to move into the room
Okay.
a little bit and still trying to find the dude to see if he's still in the room or if he snuck out or something.
Okay.
maybe he'll
once
have
again,
a-
is perception against his stealth.
Okay.
Well, but before we do this, just for a moment, so hypothetically,
Uh-huh.
let's say he senses him enough to say he's there. what do
Yeah.
you do with that?
He would just relay the information that the guy is still there. So
Okay, so
you
that
know,
you
once
know
you're
that
done
he
with
has-
these guys, you can come get this
Okay,
one.
fair enough. Okay, so he's making a stealth check. He got a natural 20. So
Stealthy in the fire.
12.
Okay.
Yeah. So
alas, yeah, this
Yep.
guy seems to know what he's doing stealth wise.
yeah. Oh no,
Yep.
I totally expected that.
Yep. All right. So that is Piccolo's turn. Rowan, your turn.
In the whoosh of the fireball, did I see where the Duragar was standing in relative to the?
I
No,
don't
we
think
just
so.
established that the dragon couldn't see him. So
Oh, so
No. Okay, so we have 2 invisible Duragar right now.
yeah.
But
that-
but
that-
no, you did not see an empty spot in the fireball that tells you where the
Okay.
invisible guy is.
darn. Well,
I mean, you know, he would have had to probably have been within reaching distance of the cage latch, but otherwise, you don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's moved or not. So that'd be a big
use your ability. Your sharpshooter on the zombie. That's a good target.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want him coming out of that cage, so I am probably going to go after him.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's going to take a lot of damage to take down.
And a nat one.
Oh! Boink. Bounces off the bars.
I think it pings off the bar, and this time it like flips up, and then it bonks the ogre zombie on the head, and there's a moment where it just kind of goes glassy eyed for a second.
Oh!
All right, and that's your turn. Are you going to move?
No, I was trying to see if there's a bonus action. I think there is not, because everything I have to do, I have to hit something. So, yeah, that's actually I will move, since I do see that the latch on that thing is open. I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna move about here,
Okay.
and that'll be it.
All right. So that makes it this guy's turn. He is gonna stomp up. I think he probably attacks Wilfred.
Okay, so now I can use my reaction to pose disadvantage on
Yeah.
the attack.
All right, so that's a 14 with disadvantage.
And it does not hit.
Very
Yes.
well. Very good. Okay, that's that guy's turn. All right, it's the ogre zombie's turn now.
Yeah, this is not gonna be good.
And he has a speed of 30 feet, but he has to come out of the cage. So let's see. Fine.
He'll still be able to get to some of this.
Yeah. Boom. I think Marcher is the biggest, so that probably attracts the ogre
Okay.
zombies' ire. And technically, it's carrying a morning star, apparently.
Oh wow.
So that's what it attacks with.
Okay.
It gets an 18 to hit.
I will cast shield to block it.
All right.
My armor class is now 19 until my next turn.
Boom. All right. Ale.
All right, I'm caught between two enemies. I'm gonna go for the zombie. I'm gonna go for the zombie.
All right.
15.
Definitely hits.
Okay, so do I spend the spell slot or not? Yes, I think I spelled.
Yes.
I spend the spell slot for divine divine smite on it because it is undead and I'll get extra damage out of that.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Okay. Oh crap, that didn't work.
Huh?
Didn't roll that right. Plus 4. Okay, so that's a total of 19 damage.
Ooh, it's almost down.
Oh, dang it. I was hoping to take
Yeah,
it that
it
way.
is very, very damaged at this point.
Oh,
In
wait,
fact-
wait. I forgot the hunter's mark.
Hunter's
Ah!
mark! Yay!
Yay!
I forgot hunter's mark was on the still on this thing. 3 more damage.
Oh, it has 1 hit point. But yeah. As you swing your sword, though, it glows with radiant light and leaves smoking, lacerations behind. And this thing is it's like barely holding itself together. All right. So that is your turn, Ali?
Yep, that's my turn.
All right, Piccolo.
Continuing
Continuing to.
to search for this guy.
All right.
Hang up here a little bit.
Okay. Go ahead and make your perception check. Oh, he rolled. He rolled natural 1 on his stealth that time. So
19.
yeah. So this time, I think that Piccolo is searching the room with his keen senses, and then I think from the southwest corner of the room, he hears a little bit of a shut.
And I think Piccolo flies a little bit more towards this corner and thinks at me. Stinky's still here.
All right. Okay, Rowan's turn.
We're 12.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's just he rolled a natural 1 on his stealth.
It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine. Don't
it's
worry.
good. All right, Rowan.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at the dwarf.
Okay.
Wait. Did I get to go?
I mean, we're halfway through the initiative round right now.
Yeah, you're at the bottom of the round. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit the. I mean, I think you attacked and missed on your last turn.
Well, after the ogre zombie went.
Yeah, because the ogre zombie has a higher initiative.
Oh, you know what? You might be right. You're right. I think I might have skipped you. I'm sorry. Go ahead and take your turn now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I will use the hand axe against the ogre zombie.
All right.
4 and 10.
A 10 hit the ogre zombie.
Do 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
At least.
1. No, it's 1.
Well, what? Well, but it's a zombie. It has
Oh, okay,
undead
so
fortitude.
yes,
So
stupid
roll the
zombie.
damage.
7.
7. Okay, so it. Let's see.
Gets the Constitution save to stay up.
Yes, it certainly does, and so it has to get a 12 or better, and it gets a 13. So
Oh no!
yeah, so you hit it with the hand axe, and it starts to topple over, but then. All right. Okay.
Hit undead.
Yeah. So sorry for skipping you earlier, but now we're back around to Rowan again.
No, that's
Finish that zombie, man. That thing's gonna be a terror if it hits somebody.
alrighty. I'm gonna try to take this guy out. I'm gonna sharpshooter the ogre.
All right.
Does a 13 hit?
A 13 hits, yeah.
Nice. And it's already been hurt, so let's go with.
Its AC is 8.
So that's 9 points plus 6 more, so that's 15. That's 25 points.
25. Okay, so it would have to get a 30 on a Constitution saving throw, which it can't do. So I think, yeah. How does your arrow finish this thing off?
30 points. It took its head off.
Yeah. I mean,
You've ever seen Princess Mononoke?
Yes, that's
Yes.
exactly what I was
Where
thinking.
Ashitaka's riding on the elk and he fires the shot and he tells the guy to stay back, and the arrow arcs flies in, hits him right in the hinge of the neck, and the head just flies off.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, the ogre zombie is now just dead, not undead.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
pile of flesh on the floor.
Yeah. So the this other Duragar that we've got here is going to attack Wilfred again with the war pick.
Okay, so I will try to protect him again.
It rolled double natural ones.
Oh wow!
Ha! Didn't even need my help for that.
Yeah.
He puts
Yeah.
his shield out in the way, and the guy just
Is
like
blinded by the light because I put light on the
A
shield,
shield.
Yeah.
and so he's just like, ah!
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
even swing in the first place.
Yeah, so yeah, he misses badly. All right, would have been the ogre zombie's turn, except he's gone now.
Loyal guys.
So then let's see.
Wilfred.
Wilfred.
Actually, not quite yet. Hold on.
Oh, that's right.
There's an invisible guy running
Mr.
around.
I got fireball.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. You don't know where he is, but nothing else happened. Actually, yeah. Okay. I think. No, he's not going to do that yet. All right. So that is now it's Wilfred's turn,
Okay.
and no cheating using my screen to see where the guy is.
Do, 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 do.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and axe away at chop out the guy at hand.
All right.
And I don't think an 8 will
No.
work.
He's got a big old
So-
shield.
Yeah,
I think
he's tough.
Wilfred's getting a little frustrated, so he's going to try it again.
Okay. Action
Oh,
surge.
action surge. Yeah.
All right.
And get an 11.
Well. It's not as embarrassing as his double natural ones. All right, Iggy, you're up again.
All right, let's try to Eldritch Blast the dwarf that I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that did not work. That was a 7.
Okay. Missed.
And I am going to back up around this corner so that I am out of easy range of anything thrown.
Okay.
Actually, one more space.
There you go. All right. Marcher.
Yeah, I'm going to head over here and fire another ray of frost.
All right.
5.
Yikes. All right. That's some low rolls for you today, Marcher.
Yeah, well,
Alas.
the fireball was good. 27
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
lot of damage for 7d6.
Well, you did. Yeah, you did 24 against 2 creatures, so that's like in terms of total damage percentage. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Ale.
Okay, I'm going to move my since the zombie is down. I'm going to move my hunter's mark to the Duragar in front of me, and then I'm going to swing a sword at the Duragar.
All right.
A 13 will not hit the thing though.
It will not.
He's too tough. Dang it.
That guy is is providing. He's the best dodger of all of the Duragar. It would seem. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Piccolo's turn.
Okay. I think Piccolo's gonna. He thinks that the guy is in the southwest corner. He's gonna make another perception check to see if he's moved.
Okay. Got a 17 stealth.
I also got a 17 perception.
I think that
That goes to the.
you know what? I'll just you don't. Piccolo doesn't think he's moved.
Okay.
Bearing in mind, though, that just knowing that he is vaguely in that corner does not prevent you from having disadvantage if someone were to try to attack in that general area.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to keep a pair of eyes on him, a pair of senses on
Sure.
him.
No, I get it. I'm just saying that yeah, he is still invisible. So if just because Piccolo might be able to say in that corner, you would still have disadvantage if someone was trying to fire an arrow or something.
Right.
Okay, that's Piccolo's turn. Rowan, you're muted.
I'm gonna shoot.
Gotta have one every session.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot this guy, but I'm not gonna use sharpshooter because
Okay.
I want the guy dead.
Yeah. There you go. 22 will do it.
That's 6 points, and 2 more points, so it's 8 points.
All right. Yeah, that's a significant injury to him. He's not dead yet, but he's definitely wounded. All right, and it is his turn now. And he's gonna turn invisible. Bloop. So once again, Marcher, or excuse me, Ale and Wilfred can have an attempt to get a disadvantage opportunity attack.
Okay.
Oh, come on. I got 2 crits. Different directions.
Oh dear.
16.
A 16 does just hit.
Oh, great. 11 points of damage.
He dies.
Yes! Hunter's Mark saves the day!
Yeah.
Yay!
But I can't see the other dwarf to mark him, so the spell ends. I don't have a target to
Yeah.
the Hunter's Mark. Unless he shows up before my next turn. Then I could mark him. But otherwise, the mark is going to end. Otherwise. He's got to appear before my next turn.
All right.
So somebody flush him out!
Okay, so that was his turn, which means it is now Wilfred's turn. Oh, wait. Hang on. One more thing should have happened.
I
No.
don't like these background things.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm not saying that you're doing that they're happening. It's like, the shoe's gonna drop.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, never mind. You don't worry about it. So we're still moving on. So Wilfred, it is your turn.
Okay.
So, in theory, you know the one retreated into the other corner, and then the other one, all you know is that he didn't show up after the fireball. That's really all you know.
Okay. I think Wilfred's gonna. Wilfred is going to move. Yeah. Put away his hand axe and ready crossbow shot for anybody that appears.
Okay. Iggy.
Okay. I think Iggy is going to come up to here and throw a random Eldritch Blast into this southwestern corner.
You have to attack with disadvantage.
Yes. Okay. $13.
That's a miss.
Okay.
The Eldritch Blast impacts the wall.
Yep.
All right. Marcher.
I am going to get where I can see most everybody here. And I am going to keep my eyes open and watch for targets, and I will cast a ray of frost if something shows up within range.
All right.
So, ready to action.
Okay. Ale.
Okay, so the hunter's mark does dissipate. I'm going to move to here. I'm going to switch out to the crossbow, and if anything appears, any enemy appears, I'm going to shoot at it. So I'm readying that as a reaction.
All right. Piccolo. Same thing.
Yep. Same thing.
All right. Stealth is a 9, which is not as
I got an 18 on
okay,
perception.
so he's pretty sure he's still in that corner.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody else?
So that would be Rowan's turn.
Is there frost or some sort of thing that would leave tracks on this surface?
No.
Well, crap, I can't see either. Then I will just move here nearish to Piccolo, but I can barely see Piccolo because of the dynamic lighting. So and I'll just hold an action or hold my attack until I can either get a target or see something come out of a door, seeing as I did see Mr. Batmandorf retreat this way. But Iggy, if you've got some light to give me at some point, that would be great.
All right.
And that'll be it.
Let's see. I think. No, that's not what I want. Ale.
Yeah.
Let's just do this roll here, and I'll just describe what happens. Okay. Yeah. So all of a sudden, materializing in front of you is a Durgar. Suddenly, as he attacks, turns visible again. So like he gets his attack off before any triggered actions would happen, because it's the attack that makes him visible again. And so he got a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit me.
All right. So that's actually still only 8 piercing. But 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then triggered actions would occur.
Okay, then I'm shooting him.
All right.
23 with my
Only
Ray
a
of Frost.
12. So I
Okay.
with
missed.
2 damage.
That is enough. That's all he had left. I don't know why.
Clutch!
So this Duragar has a special token that has just his name, even though he is just a Duragar. I don't know why that is an exception amongst all the others. All right, but yeah. So he, that guy's finished off now. All right. So now, Wilfred, it's your turn.
Okay. Wilfred has no idea actually how many dwarves there are.
Well, there's still we know that there's the one deeper in this the way that we've been going to the northwest here.
Yeah.
We know there's one off that way.
No other new ones have shown up that we know of. So I think I'm gonna just go. and go on pop and say, I think we just have one of those little gray things left. Perhaps perhaps we could be considered to let we could be convinced to let him live.
So who's that for the benefit of? Are you telling your friends that as a strategy, or are you trying to announce it so as to draw someone out?
Trying to draw someone out.
Okay, well, so tell me then, are you full of it? Is this a deception check?
I think we could Wilfred I would be okay with like letting him live, maybe in chains, but letting him live.
I think it's a deception check.
Okay.
I mean, he did say his.
You know
father-
what? Okay, I take that back. I'm not going to have you roll because I don't think any number you could roll would make the difference here.
Yeah, I have +0, so.
Well, so it's not even about that. I don't think that he could be persuaded to give himself
Okay.
up under any circumstances.
Yeah.
Short of like magical compulsion.
Oh, if I still have if I have the ability to do so, I will ready a crossbow bolt.
Well, did you move more than your movement to get up there? I thought you did.
What's that?
I thought you dashed to get up to that spot. I may be mistaken.
Oh, wait. 1, 2.
I mean, if I'm wrong, I
think-
thought you were further down than that, but
Yeah, I think I moved exactly my movement.
okay, fine. You can ready in action, sure.
Okay.
All right. But what's your ready to action? Because I think you had your
Right.
hand axe out, right?
I put my hand axe away to I put down my hand axe last turn.
Okay. So just like, all right, you guys are just making this really complicated with all your held actions and everything. Okay, like which I know they're invisible. Like, what are you gonna do? I'm not trying to blame you, but like, okay. So Iggy, your turn.
I am going to cast Mage Hand and send it over to poke in the corner.
That doesn't do anything though.
Okay.
You don't get tactile for it. You would see a little hand go. Woo, 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 woo. What would that?
Okay. Never mind then.
I'm
I'll
sorry.
just
I
Eldritch
don't
Blast.
mean to be dismissive. I'm just saying that like I want you.
It
to
wouldn't
do
be
things that-
effective. So that's good information.
All right,
now I
yeah.
know. Let's Eldritch Blast the corner again.
All right.
At disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, 8 was my lowest.
Okay. So
I've got an idea when it's my turn.
Hey, Marjorie, you got another one of those fireballs?
No, that was a scroll,
Nope.
unfortunately.
No, but you have a dragonborn who can breathe cold.
Yep.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Right. Well, I'm going to go up to next to
Iggy.
Iggy. Say, so that's where he's hiding then. Nice of you to let us know. And I'm going to cast Ice Knife in that corner.
okay, disadvantage.
Right. The first was a critical, the second was an 8. However, he does have to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid 2d6 a cold damage.
Okay. He gets a 10.
And that is not enough. So 5 points of damage.
All right. You get the vague sense that there's a hiss through teeth of reacting to that.
Coward! All right, next.
All right. Ollie.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm gonna dash then. I can dash through these people, correct?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15. So he's in which corner?
Southwest,
West.
So
next to
So-
that T-shaped
Okay.
thing.
Something
Okay.
happens as soon as you pass through that doorway,
okay.
which is that a held action goes off, does not make him re-invisible, but now between both of these doorways, a portcullis slams shut. Oh shoot! Put that on the. Right
Well,
layers.
that was not. That was not great. Okay.
Yeah. So let me describe this. Iron spikes spring out from the floor and ceiling to form barriers across each doorway. A creature in either opening must succeed on a DC 12 dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. What's my bonus for that? Is nothing. A 13.
So that's a success. So you are not restrained by the spikes. But however, it is closed now. Both of those are closed, and the gaps are not big enough for anyone to slip through. People can see through the gaps, but they would grant 3/4 cover to anyone on the other side.
Okay.
Well then. Okay.
Looks like we have a duel.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Maybe.
Because with sharpshooter, I ignore 3/4 cover. You're not
But
alone.
not a disadvantage.
Okay, but you had to dash to get there, right?
Correct.
So you tell me if you had any residual movement, if you would do anything with that.
So if I would go to maybe 15 feet, so I'm going to go to
Block the doorway.
block the door. Oh, block the doorway. Yes, you're right. That okay, now it's the end of my movement.
Okay. All right. Piccolo.
All right. Piccolo is going to come down and help Ale.
All right. Okay.
Is that device over in the lower left a lever that moves
Yes.
when that? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I fell for it. But at least I broke the stalemate. I was trying to play hit the invisible and try to figure out where he is. So at least I moved things forward,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if ineffectively.
All right. So that means that it is now Rowan's turn.
Okay. Didn't come invisible, but that's fine. What's the penalty for disadvantage, or do I just roll twice to take a low?
Well, but
That's a
okay,
disadvantage.
here's the thing is though that like I think because of I don't think sharpshooter works if you can't see it. Like you guys tell me how you feel about that, because like it's one thing to say if you know what you're aiming at, you're good enough to aim between the gaps in the bars. But if you still are kind of just aiming at a general direction, like,
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Well,
I mean, because you can choose to aim between some gaps in the bars, but like that doesn't, you don't have any benefit to
Yeah.
like knowing, like, there's nothing to tell you which gap is the one.
well, the way I would look at it is if I can get a gap that gives me a sight on one of three places, because that thing in the corner was a lever, so he has to be within reach of that lever. So there's only that corner for it.
So what I'm saying is, if the gates weren't there, you would be rolling a normal attack with disadvantage. But I'm saying that because the gates are there and it's narrow gaps, that has to make it even harder.
Let's see here.
That's 10.
Yeah,
You know,
see, and that's
okay.
there's no, because again, there's no, for this specific situation, all it says is, ranged weapon attacks ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. So
Okay, well, I guess fine. So you still ignore the cover, but it's still an attack with disadvantage.
yeah, and that's what I was asking you. That's just roll twice, take the lower.
Yes.
That's right. That's what disadvantage means.
Let's see. I'm not going to go for mass damage. But we haven't hit this guy, have we?
Yes, you have.
Oh, we did?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
a bunch.
Alrighty. So the
Yeah.
10. That doesn't
Yeah,
hit,
a
does it?
10 does not hit, unfortunately.
No,
All right. Also, so that's Rowan's turn, and now it is this guy's turn. And he can finally move because he didn't before. He was had to stay
Waiting
where in
to-
the spot because he was waiting to pull the lever. So he's going to squeeze past Ale to get in the doorway here. And then he turns visible again as he makes a surprise attack against you, Ale, with his war pick, enlarged war pick.
Yep.
So with advantage, he gets a 17.
Since I'm on the crossbow, I don't have the sword, so I don't have the shield. My AC is 17, so he will just hit me.
Uh-huh. All right. He does 6 piercing damage.
Ow.
Yeah, well, Ali's not doing great, so.
No, I am not doing great.
Good thing you charged into where you knew an enemy was hiding, huh?
But otherwise, we were going to sit here for an hour trying to hit him.
Yeah,
so
yeah. All right,
I
fair enough.
had to move. I had to move the plot forward.
To be
All
fair,
right.
I had thought about doing it myself. So
All right. So then I think, gosh, let me see. Trying to think
do I
what
have?
who can. Yeah, you know what? I think he is going to try to withdraw into there. So you get an opportunity attack.
Wish I actually had my. Oh wait a minute. Do I have? Oh, wait a minute.
You know what? Never mind. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Let's not belabor that. Never mind. Forget
Okay.
that. He doesn't move out of the way. All right. But that makes it Wilfred's turn.
Okay, and Wilfred is going to move up to here.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, there. That's it. That gives some sight, and try and shoot at him with 3/4 cover.
Okay. You need a 21 to hit.
11.
Nope. All right. Iggy.
All right. Iggy is going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, he's going to dash. He's going to try and come up from the south.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so he's going to look for a way in and come up from the south to block off another method of retreat.
All right. Marcher.
Marcher is going to shout at Piccolo, "Throw that lever over there," and is going to ready a ray of frost to shoot once the bars are gone.
Okay. Not sure Piccolo is strong enough. We might have Piccolo make a check.
That's
But yeah,
what I thought of to do.
fair. Okay, Ale, your turn.
Okay, so Piccolo's still helping me, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm dropping crossbow, grabbing sword and shield, and going to try to whack this guy. So that's a 21.
That hits.
7 damage.
All right. He is clearly bleeding very badly. You see his, you've dealt him a mortal wound and it's just taking him a moment. And he kind of staggers down to one knee, like he's holding his throat, which is bleeding badly. And he looks up at you and he just says, "My father is more powerful than any of you filthy creatures could imagine. You don't understand the glory of it, the power found in the ice. None of you do. But you will learn soon enough when my father unleashes his terror on 10 towns. Your doom soars on dragon's wings." And he collapses over.
Well then.
Well then,
So we're no longer in initiative. Ale, you can certainly go over and easily flip the lever to remove those
Bars.
things. And so we're already a little late for usual, so we can keep the inspection of the place for next time, if that works for everybody.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so well done, everyone. You cleared out the Duragar outpost. The quick heads up is that Iggy would have found that the downward path does not connect up around to where you hoped it would, but there's no additional enemies worth talking about that way either. So you've killed all of the combatants.
Yep. And completely and totally forgot that I have Mage Hand and I could have thrown the lever.
See, that mage hand would have worked for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Completely and totally forgot until I was already down here and I'm like, wait a minute.
Piccolo face palms.
All
right.
Weapons.
Good job,
Yeah.
everyone.
I think Piccolo is sitting on Ale's head.
All right. Well,
I am the emperor of all I survey.
we're already running late, so we're going to say goodnight to everybody for now. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.